Get the chatty chat going. Looks like we are kicking off a-okay. Let me grab chat just to verify. And then we will be good to go. I think we're kicked off. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How's the day going? We're just going to pop chat in right there. Not seeing us live right now on YouTube. YouTube is trying to struggle bus it. Let's see. Why you no work? Let's see if Twitch is working. Twitch, we're kicked off on Twitch. What's going on, guys? We are not on Mario and Luigi. We're gonna jump over to just chatting. But why is YouTube not kicking off? That's super fun. Twitch, how you doing? Oh no, YouTube is kicked off. Devin's here. What's going on, Devin? How you doing? It took a little bit. All right, we're safe, I think. Everything look good on your end, Devin? I see you hanging out on the YouTube side. Oh, perfect. We got everybody hopping in. There we go. What's going on, guys? How are y'all doing? We are officially kicked off and live. Let me know how everything looks, how everything seems, all that fun jazz. We changed up a few settings since the last time. So let us know if things seem good or bad. We're going to leave that as is. We are also going to be going live on TikTok. Let's see, bowling talk, new bowling balls. Hey, Black Star Piece, what's going on? All right, and we are live on TikTok also. So we are live on every single platform, even though YouTube does not want to show me that we're live on my end. Thank you, YouTube. I really appreciate that. That's really, really kind of you to do that. Let's see. Oh, we got lots of people jumping in. There we go. For some reason, my chat is not working. Why did it? Oh, what the heck? It created a new event. Why did Restream do that? Uh-oh. That's not great. We have people waiting for the other event. Apologies, guys. I'm sorry. I just need to fix this. Just give me just a second. For some reason, my event did not kick off. Why would it not do that? So I just got to change this for just a second. We got to add a thumbie. All right, let me see. What do we got? We got people hearing us. We got James, Thomas, JACKAL ONYX looking smooth. I really want to talk about that JACKAL ONYX today. It is honestly kind of wild how good that thing is. I just got a message over on the messengers. Looks like we're live on that platform. Okay, we are good on this one. I unfortunately need to delete this event. How do I delete an event? YouTube, tell me what to do. Make it easy for me. Let's just privatize that. There we go. All right. I think we're good now. I think we're good. Apologies for the little bit of a weird delay. Hopefully we got it all figured out. I think we did. I do need to get the chat of we need to get the TikTok chat out here up and running, which we now have. All right, we're good. Apologies for the little bit of a delay. Let me see. Can I everything is just not looking great right now, but we are getting it. All right, two-handed channel. What are your favorite centers in Minnesota? That's actually a really good question to start us off. So for anyone who doesn't know, I bowl in Minnesota from southern Minnesota, originally from central Minnesota, down in southern Minnesota now. My chat is not connecting. Interesting. I will get that in just a second. Probably my favorite place in this state is Alexandria, so Garden Center Lanes. I have had a lot of success there usually. I didn't last time I just bowled there, but in general, I do pretty well there. So that's probably my favorite. In the metro area, it's got to be Cedarvale and Eagan. That's my next favorite. I usually do pretty well there, and the lanes are always gorgeous. Brent does an awesome job with that building. So that's probably my next favorite. Why can't I grab like why can't I grab my details of this? This is weird. Show weird. You know, it's fine. It's fine. We're figuring things out. Let's see. Steph, YouTube on my TV is not working. Oh, that's weird. YouTube on the TV is actually a pretty good app, honestly. I usually have a lot of luck with it. Hey, what's going on, Pravada? What's up? Grumpa, in your experience, how long does it take for Brunswick to honor a ball warranty? It's been a few weeks for my cracked effect and they haven't responded. Did you, I saw you, Grumpa, earlier in the Perception versus Reality stream, and I saw you ask that. Did they not answer that? Did Nick and Phil not answer that at all? Because that'd be really sucky if they didn't. I apologies if they didn't. Like that would be really unfortunate. Oh, that's my voice. How do I? Yeah, I want to see Okay, there we go. Now we're in the stream. So now I can grab my chat and actually showcase it. Thank you, YouTube, for being weird. We love you for that. And there we go. Now we're kicked off. All right, we're good. And TikTok, I see you out there too. Sean, thoughts on US Open pattern number 4? So that has been a really big question lately is that, so the US Open is going on for anyone who isn't aware. Really fun event. I got to center my TikTok screen. There we go. Of course, one of the biggest bowling events in the world. They have 4 wildly difficult oil patterns. They're currently on day 2. They're, I believe, on C squad in about 2 hours of day 2. And that is on 37 feet flat, just dead flat. Scores are insanely low. Yesterday, they were really high. The pattern was a little easier. Today, they're super low. But pattern 4 was weird. It was like splotches of oil, it looked like, all over the place. So it looked scary, but the players all were saying it wasn't actually that bad. It was actually pretty playable. If you played a little bit in with something smoother, it actually looked pretty manageable. So that's what all the players were saying, which was a good sign. I'm going to turn down my sound. Something just happened, though. So that was overall really good. Okay, we are live there. We're good. Sorry, now I'm getting freaked out by my stuff, but we're good. So overall, pattern number 4 isn't actually going to be that bad. It honestly might be a little more high scoring than you're expecting. I believe today and tomorrow, patterns 2 and 3 that are dead flat are going to be the most difficult days by a mile. By a mile. Yeah, Grumpa. But nope, Nick kept hiding the conversation. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, Grumpa. A little bit of insight on their stream. Nick does work at Brunswick, and that stream is marketing material to a certain degree. So they're using it to boost it. It's not like a true, like, they're not going to say anything bad about Brunswick. Both of them work at Brunswick. Phil is, of course, the head at Radical. Nick is a marketing manager at Brunswick. So anything negative like that, they're unfortunately going to hide. They should be answering it within 2 weeks. And your pro shop could also help out. They could at least probably hit the distributor up, but it should only be 2 weeks. I would keep hitting them up if not, because that needs to be answered pretty quick. I'm really sorry that the ball has a crack in it already. That's really unfortunate. See, James D, what's the toughest pattern you've ever played on? So I've bowled on, I think, well, looking at it, I think the hardest pattern, I bowled on a lot of hard stuff. I've bowled on flat before. It's not fun. Red square specifically, not a fun pattern. It doesn't even feel like bowling at times because it's so just all over the place. Like you Brooklyn and it's a good thing. The hardest I bowled on, though, I believe it was the 2023 USBC Masters shot. It was like 46 feet, like 32 mils and virtually flat, and you had to play the gutter. That was the only thing that hooked. That one was brutal, but playable. That was probably my favorite tough pattern I've ever bowled on. I bowled on a lot of stupid stuff in the day because in the upper Midwest, they like to put out ridiculously hard oil patterns. That was one of the toughest. Otherwise, like 37 feet flat, very, very difficult too. I bowled on that a handful of times, and urethane hooks too much in some of the bowling centers we go to. So that's probably the most difficult I've ever bowled on. They are super hard patterns are always really weird because there's a little bit of luck involved and it's a lot of spare shooting. Let's see. Oh, 2-handed. You bowl in Farmington. Nice. That's awesome. Get a bowl with the Mitchells. Love that. James, have you ever played in any of these US Open patterns? I have not bowled on any of these yet, but I assume I will next year. A lot of tournaments, I bet, are going to try to put out these patterns to make a really big challenge. It would not surprise me in the slightest. It's what they all do. Steph, any tips for Baton Rouge Center? Not yet, Steph, because it isn't even built yet. The pattern, so what they do for nationals is they build brand new lanes when they go to places like this. They actually just rent out a convention center. This one's, I believe, the Raising Cane's Convention Center. and they actually build the lanes and transport them there. So no one really knows how they're going to play yet. We're only going to know once that first squad goes live in middle of March. So there's zero information on Baton Rouge. I just saw a post yesterday by USBC of them actually putting in the lanes yet. They're still getting everything ready, which is a-okay. Like, they have plenty of time. That's what they do. But yeah, no tips quite yet. Let's see. Brian T, what's going on? Maddox, is the new blue hammer a good weak ball? It is. It is more of a weak ball than a urethane ball. It's more of a weak smooth piece. And Bennett, is a Black Widow a good first ball? Two-handed learner? I would start with a hustle or a raw Bennett. That'll be a little better start, especially for a two-hander. RJ, is the Nova a good ball? It is okay. It was very slow and smooth down lane, but some people liked it. Brad Miller adored that thing with a passion, with an absolute passion. Let's see. Ryan Parsons, I'm looking for a urethane. The IQ 78 doesn't interest me. Good. Do not get the 78. What would you recommend? One person told me the purple hammer. Purple hammer, 100%. Get a purple hammer. It's the right play. When in doubt, get a purple. If you can't get a purple hammer, get a pitch black. That's your best two options. Let's see. D-Fish, what do you think about putting 3,000 on a detention star? I think it's a really good idea. I think 3,000 is a great play. Either that or polish. The attention star, you don't really want to sand it. I think 3,000 is probably the perfect spot for it, in my opinion. Perfect spot. But I should give a full-on introduction for the stream. We have a lot of people hanging in now on both sides of the aisle, all three sides of the aisle. We have, FYI, we're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch. Instagram didn't really work that well last week, unfortunately, so I'm just going to promote on Instagram, but have everything live here. So if you can, help me out, join all those platforms, or go follow all those platforms, helps me out a ton. But we are going to be answering a ton of questions about any and all bowling balls. We have a ton of new bowling balls coming out. We just had a bunch of releases, the Zen 25 and the Level recently released. We have the Equinox releasing next Friday, I believe. We have the Lethal Venom releasing the Wednesday after that. And then we have Brunswick teasing a bunch of balls, but they didn't announce anything yesterday, so we'll have to wait till next week probably, because they always announce their new balls on Tuesdays. So we're going to have to wait for Brunswick a little bit, but otherwise we have a lot of new balls. And for YouTube, you can see I have a note up here that I just drilled a JACKAL ONYX last night. Yeah, today's Wednesday. It was only last night. We drilled a JACKAL ONYX. I needed a new big strong ball. I tried a new layout on it, and I really like it from what I've thrown so far. Now, I haven't thrown it on a ton of volume. I just threw it on a house shot, but it made a unique motion that I haven't seen in a really long time from a big asymmetrical ball. So we'll talk about that layout and talk about that ball a little bit later on too. But with that, I think we're pretty much good to answer a ton of questions. Remember, this is a full Q&A as per always. So if you guys have any bowling or non-bowling related questions, please ask them down in the comments. I will get to as many as I can. If I end up missing any questions or skip over anything, don't be afraid to put it down in the comments again. Don't spam too much, but make sure to put it again. I will end up answering it. We usually try to go 100% on answering questions. So please ask anything and everything that you can. I am a fully unbiased source. I am not affiliated with any company. I am not affiliated with any brand. I am just a guy who works at a pro shop and has been bowling for a long time and knows a lot of people that know a lot of stuff about bowling. So ask any and all questions below. I'll try to help you out as best I can. And let's make this a great time. But included with a great time, you got to have Pepsi Wild Cherry. Again, not sponsored, but Pepsi is a sponsorship I would gladly take. Pepsi, you're watching, any Pepsi reps out there, I drink your product way too much. Please, I would love you forever if you threw me just a pack of Wild Cherry Pepsi. Just so good. Just wild how good it is. All right. Match of Dogs, thoughts on the Equinox? Yeah, let's start there. So the Storm Equinox is coming out. This is Storm's league ball answer. They are really pushing this as a league bowling ball. Now, there's been more reviews coming out, and a lot of people I've talked to about it. And actually, one guy I know pretty well who just drilled his, compared it to his Zen 25 and his Black Widow Mania. He had some really interesting thoughts on it. The Equinox is very, very strong. It is actually slightly stronger than something like a DNA coil. So it's still weaker than a physics blackout, but it's stronger than a coil, stronger than an attention star, stronger than an attention star S2, but it's weaker than a physics blackout, little weaker than an origin, and then weaker than an ion max. Overall, it looks like it will be really good for a lot of league shots, but it's going to be really good early, like game 1 and 2. So it's not really going to be a perfect transition ball, but it will be a good start to a league night. So if you really need that first ball out of your bag in that strong and sharp category, this Equinox looks to be a pretty good option for people. Of course, we're still before it's actually released to the public. We've only had mainly staffers drilling the balls. So always keep everything take everything with a grain of salt, because staffers are paid to promote the product. So still not 100%, but it looks pretty good so far. Looks pretty good so far. Brian Swan, strongest ball across all, pearl ball across all brands, Physics Blackout. 100% the Physics Blackout is the strongest pearl ball. Brian T, what makes flat so hard? Really good question with the US Open happening and a lot of flat patterns. So on a typical house shot, what everybody bowls on for leagues, and this isn't all the time, but most of the time, you will have the oil in a shape like a Christmas tree to a certain degree. So that means wherever you're playing, if you miss left of your target, your ball will probably not hook until later on down the lane and still be able to hit the pocket. And if you miss right, there's so little oil that your ball's actually going to hook earlier and then be able to hit the pocket, versus a flat pattern where if you miss left, your ball's going to hook as much as it would if you missed right or if you hit your spot. So you have very little miss room with your hand, with your speed, with your rotation, your tilt. Everything has to be very, very perfect for you to strike. And if you miss, it's probably going to be a really bad outcome. So finding what works is always very, very difficult. Generally, the two options are urethane or playing super deep on the lane, because the deeper you play on a lane, the more miss room you have, because the angle you're playing creates hold for you. That one's a little bit deeper, but that's why if you were watching today, a lot of guys were playing super deep on the lane. So that's why flat patterns are so difficult. We are going to jump over to Maddox, we already hit you. We're going to go to MV182. You have a Gem and Idol, an Ion Pro, Attention Star, Road Warrior. Does the Equinox fit, or is it even necessary? I was looking at the Black Widow Mania as well. Do not get the Black Widow Mania. The Black Widow Mania is similar to a star. It's way too close to an Attention Star to be able to get, in my opinion. I think you could fit an Equinox there. It just depends if you want something stronger than your Attention Star. That's really going to be the best spot for it. Sir Jones, you have a Katana Strike and an Assault and a Tropical Surge. I would recommend a weaker ball. Something a little bit weaker and pearl-like, so like a Scorpion Strike would be really good for you, or a Radical No Doubt could be good too. Let's see. We're going to go. Ian, what's going on? Let's see. Khalil, Brunswick posted on Facebook teasing a new ball and has a galaxy emoji. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard next to nothing about what those bowling balls are going to be. I haven't had anyone have an idea of what Brunswick's releasing next week, so I honestly have no idea what it could be. If it's a galaxy, could it be a play off the Mesmerize? Maybe, or the Beyond Infinity, maybe? I don't know. A galaxy emoji is odd, so I'm not really sure. Brunswick, I will apologize in advance for this comment, but Brunswick is terrible with their teasing for marketing. Just like blacking out a bowling ball with a random person holding it and saying coming soon isn't very, it doesn't get many people hyped. You need to give little hints, little teasers in there. And Khalil, when can we order your chamois? I actually have one right here. So I actually just got word from DH Lab today that they're going to be on the website in the next day or two. So I will have videos going out on every platform when these chamois are live. YouTube, it's a little tougher for. I'll have a post in the community tab for when these things go live on dhlab3d.com. So stay tuned. It should be within the next couple of days that they will go live. They'll be $20, and they believe it's only $4 shipping from DH Lab, which is bonkers to me. So $25 and you can have a ZVL bowling chamois, which I am super excited for you guys to get. There are only 50 in the first batch, so make sure to grab them while you can. And there is no limit on how many you purchase either. If you want to buy all 50, go ahead. That is a possibility. We have no limits. Let's see. Joe, what do you prefer, leather or microfiber chamois? I'm a fan of leather. It's a little better in my opinion, but either way, it's still really good. Patrick, did you get a response from Swag? I did not. No, unfortunately. I did send an email to whoever it was at Swag, and they did not get back to me. By the way, hello. I'm doing good, Patrick. How are you doing? Daniel King, how do you feel about the new JACKAL ONYX? I really liked it from the little bit I played with it. It is very different from other asymmetrical solids I threw, where I did not split in 3-ish games of bowling, which is weird because I was playing a lot of angle. I was testing the hell out of that ball. I was playing from super deep. I was playing from straight. I was just testing the angles all over the place. I tripped like 5 2-pins in 3 games, but I never left a 210. I never left a big 4. I never split. It was always a makeable, which was crazy. And it made a really good motion. I was a huge fan. It was something I haven't had from an asymmetrical solid in a while because I have a DNA, I have a proton physics, I have an extreme envy. I've had a Sherlock in the past. I've had an OG physics in the past, and this one was just different, which was really cool, different in a really good way. And I did drill it differently. I had a really strong pin on it, but overall, I was a huge fan. I'll be bringing it to League tomorrow just for giggles to see what it'll do. Just to see what it'll do. John B, I was talking about the EQUINOX earlier. Yeah, perfect. Someone answered. Waniac, what's going on? Let's see. Ryder didn't end up going for the Sublime, but I might pick up the Vibo. My PSO said he'll give it to me for 185. That's not bad for it. That's not bad. Enoch, what's going on? Hype seeing Chris Vi, Anderson, and Simo tear up day 2. Anderson is frying that pattern. Same with Vi. They're both killing it lately. I love to see that from them. They're doing really, really well. Bracken, I want to get a low diff ASIM. I have a hard time choosing between the Lethal, Ion Pro, or the Effect Tour. Thoughts? It really depends what you want. They're 3 very different bowling balls. So the Lethal is going to be super early, but very, very slow down lane. But it's going to be weaker than the Effect Tour. The Effect Tour is going to be the earliest and a little bit sharper than the Lethal Venom. But then you have the Ion Pro, which is the weakest and the sharpest. So it depends what you want out of those 3. Hey, Zach Oaks, what's going on? What's the closest B7 ball to the physics blackout? Did those guys not answer that question from you either? Sorry, I was snooping on the Perception versus Reality podcast, and I saw, Zach, that you posted that. I'm not one who will jump into someone else's chat and like answer for them in that way. I should have, though, because apparently they didn't answer it. I'm sorry for that. There honestly is not much close to the physics blackout. I would say a dull hammer effect or a pure envy are going to be the closest that you're going to get to the physics blackout. Those are definitely going to be the closest. Let's see. Waniac Hypnotize looks interesting. Is that a play off the Mesmerize Waniac? Is that our first leak? Steve Rubling, 0 Misroom. It's the worst. JJ, is an XL or an Optimum Idol worth it? Both are very worth it. They're going to be very similar. So potato, potato. Well, that's a thing. The Equinox marketing hype is house shot killer. Are you sold? I like their marketing. I know a lot of people are not fans of it. I'm actually a pretty, I won't say a pretty big fan, but it's something that Storm doesn't do. So Storm likes to take the high road with their marketing. No pun intended. I didn't try to do that one. They like to be very professional with a lot of their stuff. They don't take they don't take jabs at other companies. They kind of stay on the straight and narrow with a lot of the stuff they do, including their marketing, where they stay pretty legit with what they say. They do always add in the marketing fluff, but a lot of their stuff is backed by a lot of scientifical things they find. Now, experiments can always be hit or miss, of course, but them saying a house shot killer, it is honestly a ball that is made for that. If you're bowling a house shot, just a stereotypical house shot, this is a ball I would recommend to you. I would recommend a strong asymmetrical ball. I've said in the past, strong ASIMs and shiny strong ASIMs are the best house shot ball, and Storm really did that. They made a stronger core, weaker cover ball that actually, and that's what you want on that. So is it going to work on your specific house shot? Maybe not. House shots are all over the place, but it is going to be a better option than a lot of other things for just a generic middle of the road house shot. So I'm not always bought into the marketing hype, but I do like what they're doing, and I think they do actually hit that on the head pretty well. Michael Reynolds, what's going on? Waniac, I learned the hard way at the US Open PTQ. I should have played deep at game 2. Okay. Yeah, that's what it seemed like in the PTQ. Everybody just moved way left. Everybody just moved left and through it. Randy Graham, what do you think about the CUDA? I'm not a fan of the CUDA. I think there's better balls in that slot. Doug Dean, thank you for the follow. And Brooke placed 4th, averaging 185 after 8 games in my tournament. Nice. That's awesome. I was in 2nd, but had a terrible ball reaction, so I had a 112 last game. Okay, that's not as fun, but overall nice. That's really cool. 4th is still pretty, very, very good. And Waniac, Hypnotize, Criterion Hybrid, Stealth Mode, Piranha Pearl. Get rid of that Piranha Pearl and the rest sound pretty cool. Criterion Hybrid sounds kind of cool. Now, unfortunately, they have a lot of balls in that slot. Hypnotize, what is that? Is that a Pearl Mesmerize? Because that would hype me up. Stealth Mode also. What is the Stealth Mode? They've already made all 3 types of stealths. So what is that? All right, let's jump back over here. Steph, thanks. I had no idea. You are welcome. MV182, Purple Hammer or level. Go with the Purple Hammer yet. MV. James D, red square sucks, especially on the right side and the left side and everywhere. It's just bad in general. I hate red square. Solo Rift, I got a phase 2 for my first ball. I don't know if I should go up or down in my bag. I'd recommend down just so you have more options. It'll be a little more versatile. Grumpa, just got a response. Halo and hairline cracking around the thumb and finger holes when inserts and or slugs are used is not considered a defect and does not qualify for warranty replacement. Huh. That is... Huh. That... I don't like that, but that might be your pro shop who can help then. That's weird, though. I don't know if I like that much. D-Fish, follow up to the first question. Just use 3,000 or 500 than 3,000. I would go 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Slowly work your way up to 3,000. Check MP, Cherry Pepsi and Cherry Dr. Pepper, the bomb. Absolutely. Cambro, what's going on? James, been slumping in my house shot leagues for most of the season. Maybe it's my role. What's the longest slump you've been in? 3 years. No, I have gone a couple seasons where my winters are always terrible, of like December to February are always awful. Absolutely terrible. Tournaments, leagues, my ball roll just gets weird. My ball roll just kind of pukes out and gets bad. So after this year, it hasn't been as bad, luckily, but I don't know why. That's just been a consistency for me. So I feel that. I feel that. Black Star piece. I don't know which ball to get between a Primal Rage or the AI. I'd go Primal Rage. The AI is not as good as we were all hoping, unfortunately. And Zach, by the way, I put a 4.5 by or 45, 4.5, 45 on my offset assault. It rolls awesome. Hey, you're welcome. Absolutely. Glad it rolls good. Glad it rolls good. Hanson and Drina, what Ebonite Track or Columbia 300 ball do you recommend that can fit between your Trident Odyssey and Envy Tour Pearl? Ooh, I would go with a Theorem. I'd go with a Track Theorem. Yeah, Track Theorem should be a really good play for you, Hanson. Waniac sent you some pictures. I just saw that I got some notes from you, so that's very, very intriguing. Bowler's Journal released a magazine too early. Oh, I love that. Hypnotize. Okay. We have a Stealth Mode. Yep, Criterion Hybrid. And then the... Interesting. Well, thank you for sending those. I did just get a Bowler's Journal article, so I might have to look into those. That's super cool. Thank you for sending those. Appreciate it. Let's see. Big B, my league teammate gave me his old green dot purple hammer. It's the shop getting plugged and re-drilled. That's awesome. That is very, very soft to use. James, I bet we read that. Pravada, what is a good option to combat a challenge shot? Something smooth. Phase 2, Sublime Focuses, GB5s, Lethal Venoms, honestly, will be really good. Things like that. All right, let's catch up here. Sean, I like the change to the PWBA. Yeah, so that is honestly a pretty good talking point where I had a video go out on YouTube. I just had the first part go live on TikTok. The PWBA is making some changes this season. So they're removing their memberships, which I am a huge fan of. I'm glad they are because I hate the membership program in bowling with a passion. I don't think you should be able to just throw $300 at PBA and PWBA and be considered a professional bowler. Like, not really it. It's a little too elitist in my opinion and very archaic, like I mentioned in the video. So what PWBA is doing, removing memberships, opening all tournaments, but they have prioritized entries. So Hall of Famers, title winners, people who are high in the point standings all get first dibs and then everybody else. So it actually opens it up really well to college bowlers, which is big. So college bowlers can now be able to bowl earlier because there's a ton of talent in college. So they can bowl A-OK, and they don't have to just bowl a set amount of tournaments a year. PWBA bowlers can now actually create more open social media channels. You probably noticed that there aren't many PWBA bowlers with social media, so now they can open that up more because they don't have to ask a lot of permission from USBC for things. So that's something they had to do in the past. So I'm really excited to see a lot of them make some social channels because that's what's really going to help push bowling forward. Brian T, do you have a worst bowling ball ever? IQ 78. No, it's hard because everybody likes every ball. There's one person who likes every ball ever made, so there really isn't a worst ball ever. I think the DNA was my biggest disappointment of a bowling ball, the Storm DNA. That one just never matched up for me. Randy Graham, what do you consider a little stronger than a Hustle M&M? I'd say a Road Warrior will be your best bet right now. Nathan, how do you get more speed for a two-hander? Nathan, that's all going to come in your footwork. You're going to want to speed up your footstep tempo. So you're probably going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to want to speed it up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as your steps. Each number was a step. So that's going to be the best way. Brooke, you sprained your knee in that tournament. Oh, that's really not fun. I'm really sorry for that. That's not fun at all. Let's see. Troy, is Venom Shock a good first ball? Yes. 100% get a Venom Shock. It's amazing. Dan Tippett, I'm a one-handed righty with my thumb in and speed dominant. Last week in league, I needed my gem. Should I carry my gem, XL, Coil, Axiom, Idol, Zen 25? There actually is no overlap between any of those. The only two that would be close would be Axiom and Idol, but they do roll pretty differently. So I think you'll be okay with that. Cambro, I have a question. I have the IQ Ruby and the Hammer Raw Solid. I need a ball that gives me more hook on more spread out oil. You're going to want a ball up from that. I would recommend like a Scorpion Low Flare or a Hazmat Solid or even a Scorpion Strike will be good. Dan Tippett, the Zen 25 look good at another house. I really like the Zen 25 right now. I'm a big fan of mine. Riften. Hey, I just got a phase 2 for my first ball and I'm getting it drilled on Saturday. I don't know how I should drill it. Do you have any tips? So I would recommend for a layout, just as a bare basic, 45 by 4.5 by 45, I think is a good, just middle of the road, versatile layout. Make sure your pro shop knows your positive access point, and then they can drill that for you and be good to go. The Shack Guy, is the Sublime Focus the new version of the original Summit? A little, not exactly, but it does have similarities. Not the same, but there are similarities. All right, then we have Nito Knight. I'm looking to get something weaker than my IQ Ruby. And thinking about the Raw series or the Hustle series. Yeah, Hustle series is probably going to be your best play. Don't go with the Super GT. That'll actually be about the same as the IQ Ruby. And Vince, what's going on? Legend of Mr. D, what's going on, guys? How are both of you doing? Let's see. I did see a comment here from Butchie. Road Warrior is stronger than the Zen 25. It'll be sharper down lane, but it's not going to be stronger as in earlier. It will look like it hooks more because it is more angular down lane, but it won't hook earlier. At least it shouldn't unless you put wild layouts on both of them. Warren Bowen, going to our state tournament this weekend. You have a phase 2 and the AI. You're pulling the Incognito Pearl for the trip. The Incognito Pearl is going to be earlier than the AI, but later than the phase 2. So that's going to be where that fits best. Amen. I had my ONYX at 3,000. I used it for 4 games straight and only moved a little. I'm going to be honest. So I threw mine for, like I said, about 3 games. I could not believe that the thing did not change surface. Duramax might be kind of legit. I don't want to, like, start screaming like Duramax is the greatest thing ever. But my ball didn't. It looks like I just took it out of the box, minus, grips and a slug in it. Like, looks very good yet, which is weird. So maybe Duramax is legit. I honestly have no idea. This is the first motive ball I've drilled with Duramax, so I'm not sure, but I hope so. I really, really hope so. Let's see. Not Ashton. Recommend a ball for a two-handed player, something super weak. If you want super weak, go with like a tropical series ball, and that'll hook the least out of anything. FYP, best ball for two-handers. FYP, it really depends on a lot of stuff. It really depends if you're new to the sport, what other bowling balls you have. Are you more dominant on your revs or your speed? So there's going to be a lot more questions I have. Ryan, my boy Andrew leading the way. Yes, he is. He is frying them today. I love watching him do well. He is having a great season so far. You know, it's just because he made the YouTube channel. That's all. It's the only reason. David Seekins, good drill placement for a no thumber. So, one, I'll always recommend talk to your pro shop, but there is a layout system. The 2LS layout system from Storm is going to be your best play. That is a different layout system to put the pin in the proper spot for no thumb bowlers. So it is Storm 2LS is what it's called. Waniac, the 52-foot 32 mil flat pattern tomorrow will be crazy. It is very interesting. I'm curious how many people play up the gutter versus how many people just play super deep and use their rev rate to overpower it. I'm guessing the second option will happen more and the low rev rates will try to play up the ditch, but the high rev rates are going to slaughter that pattern. They're going to smoke that thing probably like game 4. Game 4, 5, 6, I bet you see some high scores. 1, 2, 3, probably not as much. Let's see. Butchie threw it during the matchmaker. For me, it was stronger. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. In general, it won't be for anybody else. The Zen 25 will probably be earlier. That could have been just the Zen 25 hooking too early and looking like it wasn't hooking. Also, just depending on how much oil was on the lane. Real Big John, what do you think about the Primal Rage? The Primal Rage looks really good. It's just a really good, just middle of the road, shiny pearl, really just overall versatile ball. So it does look good. It is a little pricey though. It is a little pricey. Skull King, I know you talked before about balls like the Track Stealth that is strong enough to be in a different category, but better as a benchmark. How would you go about building around that? So that's a good question. There are a lot of balls that can fit into different categories depending on what surface you put on it. So it really depends on layout and surface will really help determine, and then where you see it fitting too. So we'll take the Stealth, for example, the Stealth Solid, or I'm guessing you're talking about the Stealth Hybrid because I've mentioned that it could fit as a medium sharp or a medium smooth. So for that ball, in my opinion, right out of box, you just put a very layout that's very general and versatile on it. It's going to be medium sharp. But if you take the surface off a little bit, you put a little stronger layout on it, it's going to be medium smooth. So it really depends on what you do to manipulate the ball. Depends on what layouts, on surfaces, things like that. So I would recommend determining what you want that ball to do and then picking the ball after that. Picking like, I want a ball that does this, and then finding a ball that matches it. Instead of, I want to buy a ball, I want to buy this ball. Okay, then I'm going to just slot it wherever it's supposed to fit. But you can manipulate after you buy the ball of like where you want it to fit, just depending on what you want it to do. That was a lot of word vomit. Let me know if that made sense. Beans, Black Widow Mania or Lethal Venom for League? I would go Mania, probably Mania. It's very sharp though, so watch out. Legend Mr. D, what ball slot would you start with for Dead Man's Curve? I don't know what Dead Man's Curve, like I bowled on it, but I don't remember what it looks like. Let me look quick. Dead Man's Curve. Are you talking about the V2 version? V2, you're going to need something slow. Ooh, you're probably going to need like a phase 2 level ball, like medium smooth would be my recommendation. See, Hansen, I'm trying to draw a new 900 global ball. What do you think about the phase reality? What would it be? The name phase reality. I like reality phase better. Or, well, reality phased reality? Phased reality, maybe, or reality phase. I don't know about phase reality. Maybe. I can see it. It could roll off the tongue well. Spokes. My Black Widow Mania is not giving a lot of continuation. I would recommend taking the polish off, honestly. I think taking the polish off will help. All right, let's keep flying through these comments. Dre Houdini has a speed dominant two-hander. What would you recommend for ASIM pearls or solids? You're going to want to look at stronger bowling balls, things like, let's see, Hammer Effects, things like the Equinox, honestly, Attention Star S2. You're going to want to look at like Evokes or Ion Maxes, things like that. Things that are asymmetrical will be your play. Hop, I have state tomorrow. How should I play with the breakdown in game 4? I always recommend moving in. Moving left is always a better play. Let's see. I was thinking of getting a Black Widow Mania for the house shot. Yeah, the Black Widow Mania is like an attention star, except a little sharper. It is a very clean and very angular ball. So the guy that I talked to drilled out a Zen 25, an Equinox, and a Black Widow Mania. He had the, let's see, is he in chat? He is not in chat. Okay, I can talk for him then. We're good. He said the Equinox was earliest and smoothest, then it was the Zen 25, and then way below that was the Black Widow Mania. So the Black Widow Mania is very clean and very sharp. That fire AJ, any advice on getting under the ball better for a one-hander? A lot of I would work on fixing your body mechanics first. So where your shoulders are, if you're bending down at the line, how steep your backswing is, work on those first, and then you'll be able to easily get under the ball better. Also, check your grip. Grip is always rule one. Check your grip first. David Seekins, what's a safe assumption to make when trying to figure out your local lane's oil pattern? It's good to always start with something that's in the middle of your bag. So that's generally a symmetrical ball that's a little stronger. In strength, whatever is in the middle of everything. Start with that. Stay at 10 to 15 at the arrows. Try it and then make adjustments based on that. Unfortunately, you can't figure out an insane amount just from a 10-minute practice session, but you can get enough out of it. And Ryan, what would you recommend to replace a GB5? Two-hand, high rev, high speed. So Hazmat Solid is a great option. Sublime Focus is a great option. And the new Lethal Venom could be a great option too. Let's see. Mark, what's that? Mark Keelanen. I have a physics blackout, 55, 4.5 by 70. I like it a lot at first. Now this lane shine, it doesn't seem to hook that much. Yes, you will probably have to add surface then if you liked it before and not anymore. So I'd recommend keep doing that. Bowling for Soup. How do people know what Brunswick is releasing? So there are, the way the process works is the bowling companies have bowling balls planned out 6 to 8 months in advance. Like right now, Storm, Brunswick, Motive are probably working on bowling balls that are coming out probably in the summer already, is my guess. They're R&Ding those balls and they have everything else before that ready. They're just creating the cores for them, getting the covers set up and stuff like that. So because of that, they have to let USB-C know what bowling balls are coming out and the logistics of them so that they match USB-C rules. And then once it goes there, they have to tell the distributors, hey, these balls are coming out. So then, like when you're going on Bowler's Mart the day of release or Bowler X, they already have web pages ready and you can actually purchase the ball instantly. So they have to let them know ahead of time. But then because there's so many areas this goes through, there's a ton of leaks that go on. The ball is getting leaked all over the place and people know about it. All it takes is a worker on a forklift to see the name of the ball and say, hey, this ball's coming out. And then word spreads like wildfire. So that's usually how this happens. Brecken, thank you for the follow, by the way. Jonathan Quintanilla, there we go. What do you think about the Black Venom for a first ball? I think it's more of a transition ball. I don't know if it's a good first ball out of the bag. I think it's really a good second ball. It's much cleaner than you would expect. Ryan just got back into bowling recently after dropping out for 10 to 15 years, picked up a phase 2. Got any recommendations for another ball? I would go with like a Road Warrior. That'll give you a pretty good difference between a couple balls. Ryan Seekins, what's a safe assumption to make when trying to figure out? Okay, we figured that one. Coaster Chum, thanks for the phase 2 tip. 688. Nice set. Good job. You beat me last week. Big B, is maintenance for a urethane ball any different than a reactive? So a urethane, it will not absorb oil, so you never have to bake it or revive it. Urethane doesn't absorb oil at all, so all you need to do is continually wipe it off and then add surface to it. So make sure you're adding surface to it to keep it around 500 to 1,000 grit. All right, let's keep going. Real Big John, I'm a no-thumb one-hander. How do I get more speed? It's going to be on footwork. Foot speed is going to be the best play. Speed up your feet on the approach, and then that'll boost your arm speed. Let's see, not that fat. What ball should I get when the oil disappears? You're going to want pearl balls. Pearl bowling balls are going to be best when there's not as much oil on the lane. Waniac, whoever asked about the Mania, put the ball at 3K. Yeah, I'm noticing. Oh, Don is here. What's going on, Don? I didn't see you in there. My bad. You just blend in so well. You also aren't on my viewer list. Well, I'm just talking about you behind your back. So Sorry, not really. Yeah, I would recommend with the Mania. It seems like it comes out of the box a very shiny. Like if anyone remembers the Storm balls from like 6 months ago, they were coming out of the box super glossy. That Mania seems to be shinier for a lot of people and way too angular, so I'd recommend taking it down to 3,000. Hey, Horst, what's going on? You made it. The lover of the road is here. Brian T, how do they actually look on lanes? What did you ask previously, Brian? How does what exactly look on the lanes? I'm not seeing. Oh, there was your comment. Do you have a worse bowling ball? How do they look? Are you talking about the worst bowling ball, Brian? Lucas, looking into getting a hammer raw. Just between the solid and the hybrid. I'd go with the hybrid if it's one of your first bowling balls. Brecken, is the new physics blackout good? It is. It is a very good ball. I think it's getting overlooked by a lot of other bowling balls, but it is a very good piece, both dull and with polish on it. All of the physics always look so good. Zorilla Mania is... I can't see what that emote is. Is something. I'm guessing you said it was a goat emoji. Jackson, what should I get? Storm Equinox, Physics Blackout, or Attention Star for my first Pearl? I would probably lean Attention Star because it does have such a good reputation already. Unless you want to wait a little bit for the Equinox. I would recommend waiting a couple weeks, see what others' reviews are for the Equinox, and then I think that would fit a little better as a middle-of-the-road, strong and shiny Pearl. But if you want to get one right now, definitely go for the Attention Star. Zorilla, Mania is the Pearl version of the 3.0. It is, yes, but it is very sharp. Much different than that Black Widow Ghost from a couple of years ago. Let's see, let's switch over here. Ryan, I went to high school and bowled with him back then. Always loved to see him doing well. Oh, that's really cool. I guess all those cosmic bowling nights did him well. That's awesome. That's really cool to hear. Big Mike Basil, I need a ball in between the Ion Pro and the Ion Max. Two-handed righty, rev dominant. Equinox, AI, or Zen 25. All of those would work. If you want the one that's going to fit like right smack in the middle of them, I would go Zen 25. But if you want a stronger Pearl, go with the Equinox. I would avoid the AI. It isn't matching up with as many people as we were hoping. Let's see. Cambro, would the Phase 2 be a good ball to replace my Hammer Raw Solid? Because the Raw is a little too weak. It would. It's a big step up, but it is a very good replacement. In my opinion, the best ball ever made. Jorge, I have an Ion Max, Origin, Optimum Idle Solid, Tropical Surge, and a spare ball. What other ball do you recommend? You have an Ion Max, Origin, Solid, Tropical Surge. I would recommend another shiny ball. Something below the Origin, but next to the Optimal Idle Solid, like, honestly, a Zen 25 or even a Road Warrior will be good plays. James D, can you explain what drop bush and buff is on the lane graph? That is actually past my level of knowledge. I cannot answer that quickly enough, so apologies. That is one I can't hit. Legend of Mr. D, medium smooth. Yep. Ryan Seekins, what's a safe assumption to make? Okay, we hit that one. For that one, you just want to start with a middle-of-the-road ball in your bag, or just a ball that isn't the strongest or the weakest in your bag. Play a spot that you generally like, around 10 to 15 at the arrows, and then make adjustments from there. Balrog, Zen 25, strong, sharp, or medium sharp? I think it's medium sharp, personally. I think it fits better as a medium sharp ball. And as Don said in the chat, Zen ball good. Don, Equinox goes through the pins wonky. I think I'd like it. I don't know how much I can open up the lane. I have seen a lot of people say it's stronger than you expect, which is interesting. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's interesting. That's the problem. We don't really know yet. Griffin, how come you keep using the Jackal ambush photo for the ONYX in your thumbnails? Did I do it again? No way. No shot I did that again, did I? Wait, did I do it for this one? No way. Oh, are you kidding me? No, Zach. What are you doing? I did. Why do I keep using that? That's a good call. So I use a program called Canva for all of my editing and everything, and it has your recent pictures. So I just keep grabbing from that. Ugh. You know what? F it. We're doing it live. Watch this. Yep, you are 100% right. I did do that. I am dumb. I think when you look up the Jackal ONYX, the ambush does show up a little bit past it. Don't worry about it. Nope, nothing happened. It's fine. Come on, Canva, hurry up. Don't make me look dumb in front of the internet, people. We're sharing it. We're downloading. Downloading as we speak. We're going to fix it. Griffin, thank you. No hate, love your videos. Thank you, Griffin. No, thank you for telling me about that. I actually really appreciate it. Because I did not know that. Why do I keep... Yeah, I'm going to just try to stop doing that. Oh, is it downloading yet? Download. Come on, buddy. Download. All right, let's answer a question while we're doing this. Ryan, currently have a perfect mindset and an M&M. I would recommend a medium level ball, medium smooth or medium sharp, Ryan. I would actually lean towards medium smooth, but medium sharp also works. Is this the one that I'm live on right now? Live. All right, let's keep going with questions while we keep doing this. Steph drilled an OG Black Widow 2.0. Wanted to know what you think about the 2000 or 3000 take the shine off. OG Black Widow 2.0. It's supposed to be dull. I'd start it with dull, but if it's too early, I would then bump it up to 3000 and you'll be okay. All right, let's go here, and we're changing that thumb. YouTube people, you're going to notice a slight thumbnail change because it's actually going to be the correct ball. Oh, that looks so much better, and we are saving. All right, we're good. Jay, which would be a better middle of the bag between the Phase 2 and the Road Warrior? Zen 25 or Optimum Idol Pearl? I'd go Zen 25, in all honesty. I think that'll be a little better. Hey, Don, I see you hanging out. What's going on? We got Cherry Pepsi today. Cherry Pepsi is drink of the day. If anybody knows anybody at Pepsi who wants to sponsor a bowling content creator, let me know. That would be beautiful. I will get you as many chamois as you could ever ask for, which go live in the shop tomorrow or Friday. We'll have a video on it when it does. All right, where were we at? Horse, will you still be live in 20 minutes? Yes, absolutely. 100%. Zorilla, but fresh out of the box. I shot 630 with my Mania. Okay, nice, nice. Danny, when should I use the Evoke? The Evoke is going to be best early in the day. So game 1 is going to be best. BJ, Hammer 3D offset or an Equinox? They're going to be two very different balls. It depends which offset you're talking about too. The Equinox is going to be a shiny strong ball. And the offset, if you're talking about the new one, it's going to be strong smooth. If you're talking about the old ones, they're more medium sharp. See, Horst was, Zen 25. Zen 25 is the GOAT. Brian T, I asked if you could make a video showing the difference between sharp and smooth downlight. Oh, I see. Sorry, that comment must have gotten filtered out. But yeah, that is a very good idea. I actually really like that. I have a couple videos where you can physically see it, so I might have to try to edit those up a little bit. Lucas, it's not my first, just looking to finish the bag with a weaker piece. Then you're going to want to go like a hustle or something. Okay, cool. Don, we hit. Zane Reed, I have a Phase 2 and a Radical Deadly Rattler. Two-handed high rev. What's a good one in the middle? Those are actually very close together. You might want to go, I think a Zen 25 still fits between them because that Deadly Rattler is a little bit weak. I think that'll be the play. Let's see. James D, the Equinox is a house shot ball. Do you think there is a lefty ball? Yes, the NV Tour. 100%. The NV Tour is a lefty ball. Righties still make it look amazing, but I think it's a very good ball for a lot of lefties that they should have something like that, whether it be an NV Tour or an Effect Tour or a, what would be else fit there? I don't think Storm really has much in that slot right now. I don't think they really have. I think the Rubicon would have been a good lefty ball. Just something super strong, but very, very smooth. Let's see, Zach Oaks. Let's get some more likes going, guys. Yes, Zach is on the right track. More likes. Let's do it. Let's see. Farhan, what does the Mania fit in the bag? The Mania is honestly leaning towards a medium and sharp ball or a really weak, strong and sharp ball. Probably a really weak, strong and sharp ball is what I'm thinking. Let's see. And Jay, yeah, nope, still agree with what I said, Jay. Don, any prediction on who will be leading after day 2 of qualifiers? Chris Vi or Andrew Anderson. They are both on a different level right now. They're whacking it on a really hard pattern, so I like their odds. John Sandy Ego, when are you going to nationals? What are you taking for your arsenal? I am going in early May. I have no idea what I'm bringing yet. That will only be decided probably in April. Just because I will do a lot of scouting to try to hear what others think about the pattern first before I decide what I want to bring. Like, I don't know if urethane will be in play. I don't know if you need really weak bowling balls. I'm not really sure yet. So we'll have videos on that coming soon. Griffin, nah, you're good. Nah, thank you, Griffin. Appreciate it. Bowling Prodigy, I got a new spare ball. The Strikeout for breast cancer spare ball. Nice. That's awesome. I always like recommending spare balls. They're the best. Don, it's okay. I can't technology at all. Yeah, that stupid JACKAL picture. I keep grabbing the old ambush. Chase, I have the IQ Ruby and the Phase 2, looking for a recommendation for another ball. So you have two options. You could go for a strong shiny ball like an EQUINOX or like an Attention Star, or you could go for a medium sharp like a Zen 25. Spox, what is the least hooking spare ball? The all black T-Zone or all black Max or white dot? I forget which it is, but one or the other is going to be great. Hey, Maribeth, what's going on? So one of those is going to be the straightest plastic ball out there. All right, Jeremy Wood, Attention Star of the EQUINOX. You have a Phase 2 Ruby and a Spy. Both are going to fit really well. The Attention Star has a better reputation because it's been out for so long. The EQUINOX hasn't been released yet, so we don't know as much about it. So if you want to play it safe, go with an Attention Star. If you want to have some fun with it, go with an EQUINOX. All right, we actually fully caught up on YouTube. That's crazy. That is crazy. Let's jump back over then to the TikToks. Let's see, where are we at? Cameron, I got a Phase 2, an Attention Star, and a spare ball. What should I add? I love that. I would go with like a Road Warrior. I think a Road Warrior will fit well with that. It'll be below the Attention Star and the Phase 2. Mario, would using a 14-pound versus 15-pound for the last game allow you to get more length? It all depends on the ball, Mario. So 14-pound and 15-pound are very, very similar. The cores are different, though. So it really just depends on what ball you throw. I don't think the weight will make it hook any earlier or later, at least much that we'll notice. Zane Reed, I have a Phase 2 and a Radical Deadly Rattler. We already hit that one. Crazy Buddha, medium smooth would be a physics blackout. Actually, I see that more as strong smooth because it is so early. Braden, favorite Brunswick brands ball. Right now, at least for the last like 8 months, it's been the Scorpion Low Flare. The Effect Tour is a good second place, though. Zorilla, what's strong, 3D or the Mania? 3D. 3D is going to be stronger. And William, I'm getting the Hammer Anger. What would be a good ball a bit stronger? The Hazmat Solid is going to be much stronger and earlier. Honestly, an Attention Star is going to be earlier and stronger if you want still a shiny ball. So those would be my two recs. Or a Black Widow Mania, too. Matthew Seibel, don't try the new Wild Cherry and Cream Pepsi. I didn't know that was a thing. I knew there's cream Pepsi. I hated that with a passion. I'm not a big cream soda guy, really. I'm just not, it's not it for me. I don't know. Root beer, fine. Cream soda, not as fine. Which reminds me, check this out. It sounds disgusting. I have one? Oh no, where? Oh, there it is. This. This is not advertisement, by the way. I do have a link in my showcase on TikTok to buy these. Lost and Found root beer energy drinks. They're actually very good. I was surprised. TikTok shop was doing a sale on them. Very shockingly good. I'm not always the biggest root beer guy. Like cream soda and root beer never really were the vibe for me, but they were pretty good. It's very good, actually. Let's see. I see Cameron. We hit Braden. Danny, is the Hypervenom a good ball? It is. Yeah, pink ball is actually pretty good. It is just a solid, just middle of the road, medium and sharp ball. AJ, is the Eternity Pie Phase 2 and Phase AI a good 3-ball arsenal? Eternity Pie Phase 2 AI. Yeah, I like that. I think it looks pretty good. Johnny, what do you think about the Motive Thrill? The Thrill series is a really good entry-ish level piece. It's not too entry level, but it is entry level. Joker, thank you so much for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate that. Waniac picks AA and Simo. Yeah, Andrew actually had, if you guys haven't, go check out Andrew Anderson's YouTube. He had a phenomenal video on his match against AJ Johnson and just a conversation with Chris Prather. Very, very cool conversation. Those two are geniuses in their own rights. Joker, I have a lot of revs, but not enough ball speed. What should I get? You're going to want really weak bowling balls. You're going to want Tropical Surges. You're going to want Hammer Raws, things like that. I'm curious if the Hammer Vibe is being discontinued. It is not, Drea. It depends which one. The Arctic is still around and the Ocean is still around. The Radioactive is gone. Maribeth keeps just spamming Zach. That's a lot of Ks. See, James, how does the gem compare to the Outer Limits Solid? Gem is going to be a lot earlier and smoother, and it holds its surface better. That Outer Limits gets shiny really, really quickly. Absurdly quickly. I'd watch out for that. Hudson, what can I do to help with consistency and hitting my mark more, especially down lane? You're going to want to just use less muscle. So right now, the reason you are inconsistent usually is because of body mechanics and trying to force the ball. You don't want to force the ball. You want your body to take over. The less muscle you use, the more consistent you are. So that's going to be the best play. Let's see. Sean Lee, thoughts on the Weber's men's bowling team? I know very little about men's college bowling this year. I haven't really kept track of who's where or anything. I probably should. I know I have a few guys that I know at Mount Mercy right now who they seem to be doing really well just from social media posts, but I don't know about anywhere else. I'm guessing Wichita's frying. I don't know about Weber though. I don't really know how they're doing. ET Vision's best urethane for high rev, low oil volume. That's not really low oil volume is not going to be the best place for urethane. Purple Hammer is always going to be the go-to to go. So let's see. We have Braden with you have to drill a Mesmerize. The Mesmerize does look really good. I had that as my #1 strong and smooth ball of 2024. I'm a big fan of it. I just never did drill one. But I had this ONYX instead, and it's good. It's good. Danny, is the effect a good ball? Absolutely it is. Yeah, the effect is really good. It's one of the best big pearl balls of 2024 also. Gabe 2 Trash. Love the name. What do you think is the best pearl and hybrid ASIM? Ooh. Would I put the Origin there? I might put the Origin there. The Origin is low-key really good. I don't know how many people have Origins, but it is a phenomenal ball. I might put that on that list. Parker, how long till the new blue is discontinued? I've seen a lot of people not liking the motion. I could see it staying around for a while. I could see it staying around. So, man, I don't know. I don't think we're going to have as many discontinued bowling balls for the next couple of months. I don't remember the rules exactly, but I do remember there's rules on the PBA Tour for throwing discontinued balls. I don't remember exactly what it is. I know actually people are drilling gems, so the rule must not be too crazy, but I don't think it'll go away for at least a couple more months. It really isn't a urethane ball at all, as in the name, but it's a weird piece. What Brunswick asymmetrical solid would be earliest? The max bias from Radical. Doug, what is the best bowling ball for beginners who want to hook the ball? Doug, you're going to want to look at a Hammer Raw or a Storm Tropical Surge. Those are going to be your two best options and cheapest options. And Moose, love the content. I think you have some of the most accurate info out here. Hey, thank you, Moose. Appreciate that. That's our goal, is accuracy, but still understandability. We're making a word today. Understandability. Write that one down. That's going to be on the quiz later. Let's see. Playful movement. What's going on, Playful? I like to bowl all ways. I bowl righty and lefty, thumb in, and two-handed. Wow. I have a Maxwell solid for thumb in lefty. Any picks for one and only league ball for two-handed lefty? You have a Maxwell solid for thumb in. Scorpion low flare. I think Scorpion low flare could fit well for you, Playful. If you don't want that, Ion Pro. Otherwise, Ion Pro works too. And Cassinator Strikes, thank you for the follow. Make sure to follow if you haven't on whatever platform you're on. YouTube, I'd really appreciate a subscription. Helps me out a ton. You get notified. TikTok, same exact way, but it's follows. Twitch also, follows help a ton. We're trying to reach affiliate over on Twitch. I believe we're at like 35 follows right now. Just like BB Alexis, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. That was 3 minutes ago. Rifton, thank you for the follow 45 minutes ago over on Twitch. We're at 37 followers right now over there. Thank you, everybody who's checking us out on that platform. But let's get back into it. Make sure to drop a like, too. It's completely free. I believe TikTok, you double tap your screen. We're at 12K likes right now. Whoa. Thank you guys all out there. So any likes on both platforms, greatly appreciated. Let us keep on trucking.
Bennett, what is the best ball for a two-hander? Wants a lot of late action on high oil. You're going to want like a middle-of-the-road pearl ball, like a Zen 25 or a Scorpion Strike or a Primal Rage. Eric was gifted an Arctic Vibe for Christmas, looking for another ball to pair with it. Nice, that's awesome. I would go with a Scorpion Strike to stay in the hammer family. I think that would fit really well with you. Let's see. Danny, is purple urethane still worthy to buy? Yes. If you want a urethane, yes. Let's see. James D, how about a motive lefty ball? I think the Lethal Venom might make a play as the like lefty ball for motive. It's the closest thing to an Envy Tour that they have. Now, it's not insanely close, but it is close-ish. Super strong cover, pretty weak asymmetrical core. Spokes, what is the difference between the Black Widow 2.0, XL, and the Mesmerize? So the Mesmerize is going to be the earliest of those three that you mentioned. The Black Widow 2.0 will be next, and the XL will be the latest and the sharpest. So that they're all similar-ish. The XL and the Black Widow 2.0 are very similar, but the Mesmerize is a little bit stronger. Jay, why do you say the Zen 25 over the Idle Pearl? The Zen 25 is a little more usable. The Optimum Idle Pearl is phenomenal in its own right, but it is a lot smoother down lane. The Zen 25 is a little bit sharper and a little bit longer, makes it a little more versatile and makes it stand out a little bit more between other balls. James, what's the oldest hook ball you've ever owned? I used to have an Excalibur. I left in my trunk by accident. Ooh, that's not good. I'm sorry for that. My oldest, I did have an old Fab ball, a Fab blue hammer that I drilled for myself, and it wasn't really a reactive ball per se. Besides that, I think the original Phase is probably my oldest. I did have an old IQ, the brown IQ Tour 30. That was an IQ Tour Pearl with like a brown cover stock because it was the 30th anniversary of, I believe, Storm. I think that was 2016, maybe. So that might be the oldest. So not that old, but I also have only been bowling really since like 2015. Guido Bowls, what do you think of swag balls? I am very hesitant. Of course, they haven't been released to the public. The only people that we've really seen throw them so far are staffers or Bowlers Mart affiliates. So there is a lot of bias in it, just like there always is before balls get released. So I think come, what is it, Friday they get released? I am excited to see what happens after Friday when everyday bowlers are able to throw them. They look fine. Luke Rosdahl said they were good, which I trust him a lot. Other people said they look good. The problem is a lot of those other people are either paid by said company or things like that. So you always have to take their word for granted. Like I said, grain of salt earlier. We will see. We will see. Let's see. Balrog, I throw 14 and the Venom Shock diff is 029 compared to 15 at 036. It isn't going to make a noticeable difference already. Zach Oaks, Phil already invented understandability. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Michael Finley, I have an Ion Max, Absolute Power, Attention Star, and a Hustle Camo. An Origin or a Blackout? I would lean towards the Origin instead of the Blackout. It'll be a little bit different of all the ones that you mentioned. Let's see. Let's get to the right spot on chat. All right, Alex Moach. I'm bowling on a 42-foot, 33.6 mil of oil pattern. That's a lot of oil. You're going to want to play a little straighter. Your ball's not going to hook much for the first game because there's just so much oil. But after that, you're going to be able to open it up a little bit. So you're going to want to play a little straighter. 10 to 12 at the arrows probably in general will be a good spot. Stephen Linnon, update on the DH Labs chamois. Yes, we will. Our chamois will be going live either tomorrow or Friday. I should actually open up Insta to see. Let's see. We do not have a new note from those guys yet. They said just got to get them on the website. They are fully printed and we will be good to go. So they said within the next day or two, they will be on the website. I'll have videos going out on every platform for how to buy them and how much they'll be. They're only about after shipping, post shipping, it's $25. So it's $20 for the chamois, about $4-ish for shipping. And I mean, that was from me personally, and I'm in Minnesota. So it should be that around most of the country is my hope. So they're coming very, very soon. So there are only 50 though. 50 is the first stock of them. And I would love if we could try to buy them out. I love these chamois. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. I'm a big fan. It hasn't really broken or anything on me. So I highly recommend them. And I really like the logo colors and everything. So if you can, it'd be great if you could help out. Let's sell out all 50 and then we can just keep making some more. Let's keep going though. We have low key. What's a great ball for heavy mid lane oil house shot? XL or idle? I would lean on the XL. I think the XL will be a little better for a house shot. Parker, anything to change my arsenal? Purple Hammer, Gem, Theorem, Super GT, Vibo, and a mix. So you have a Gem, a Theorem, a GT, and a Vibo. You might need a weaker solid ball, like Summit Ascent would fit really well in that arsenal. Or like a Scorpion Low Flare, one of those two. Danny, can you recommend a strong ball just in general? I don't think he commented anything. No. So just in general, like strong ball, you can have things like an Ion Max. You can have things like a Track Criterion, a Brunswick Mesmerize. I really like the JACKAL ONYX from the little bit I've thrown it so far. So that could be a really good ball. A couple of those would be best. A Corona. I'm thinking of buying between an Equinox or a Zen 25. What are their differences? The Equinox is going to hook earlier and be smoother down lane. The Zen 25 is going to be both later and sharper. So there's a pretty big difference between the two. Johnny Cakes, what's your opinion on the Vibo? The Vibo was a phenomenal pearl ball. Really good for tournaments. Not as great for house shots, though. Fernando, I'm starting my first ever league next week. Nice. Congrats. That's awesome. First of all, be relaxed. League is not, it's not a super prestigious thing. So like, I don't want to say that, but like, just be relaxed during it. If you do bad, it's not a big deal. We all do it. It happens. That's why it's a long season. So go into it ready to have some fun, ready to learn a lot, and then just enjoy time with your teammates. Ben Bleacher. Arsenal is an Infinite, a Hammer Obsession Tour, a Hammer Raw Pink, and a Silver, and a Purple Hammer. Thinking of doing a Summit. Summit Ascent, I think fits pretty well. Original Summit, not as much. Dill Red, I'm at the alley throwing my level for the first time. Hey, what's going on, Dill? How do you like the level so far? What do you think? Don, are you guys bowling the CBA Team Challenge? Probably. I'd assume so. I don't know if I will be. I might take it off just because to get some other stuff or find something else. But we'll see. Maybe. Not really sure. Johnny Cakes, what's a good weak ball to play off the Vibo? You're going to want to go with like a lower end shiny ball, like a Road Warrior or a Zen 25 to fit in the Storm catalog. All right, low key. Great. From that previous question, XL or Ion Max? Still XL. Still XL for a house shot. Hayden Wall, opinion on a Zen 25 for a two-hander, trying to work on slowing your ball speed down. Zen 25 for a two-hander, working on slowing your ball speed down. I like it. It's going to be stronger for you because you are more rev dominant, but it should still look pretty good. Justin Korn, looking for a replacement for my exotic gem and my eternity. The best replacement of the exotic gem is the Harsh Reality Pearl. For the eternity, probably that new Equinox is going to be the closest. Johnny, I love my Vibo. I bought 2 backups. Good call, because they are going to be gone quick. Super quick. Let's see. We have, we got that one. Brant Yarger, what would you put in between an effect and a new blue? There's a ton of balls that can fit between those. You have the effect as a super strong and shiny pearl ball. You have the new blue as a really weak and smooth ball. So you're going to have a ton of stronger symmetrical balls to fit in the middle. Hazmat Solid, you have GB5, Scorpion Low Flare, Scorpion Strike, Radical No Doubt, Ebonite Real Time, things like that. I'm getting so many things. What is going on? Oh God, so many things going on. Let's see. Farhand, tips to use urethane. Urethane, remember, play right. Only use it when the pattern is a little flatter and there's oil. Urethane doesn't like not much oil. You're gonna need to play a little more up the back of it because urethane needs time to pick up. So if you already have a high rev rate, you're good to go. If you have high speed, it might not work as well, but usually it's only a game 1 or a game 1 and game 2 ball. Joey Bravo, brother of Johnny Bravo. Good call on the Zen 25 through mine Monday night. It's like a Pearl Phase 2. It is. It's the Pearl Phase 2 we wanted. I think I said the same thing when the Zen came out, is that the Zen is what the Pearl Phase 2 should be, and so is the Zen 25, which is unfortunate. I love the Phase series. I adore it with my heart. I would marry my Phase 2, but the AI just wasn't as great, unfortunately. D, I have a 10-game tournament. What 6 balls would you bring? And any tips, etc. Oh, 10 games is a lot. You're going to need a little bit of everything. You're going to need some weaker stuff, some stronger stuff. I would honestly do a massive spread out of your bag. So I think the 6-ball Arsenal scale should be pretty good. I think I would get rid of the weak smooth and maybe another weak pearl, though. Kickstand Kurt. Weird. I can watch my phone, but on my iPad, it says private. You might be watching the wrong video. Unfortunately, I have to actually get rid of one of the videos. Let me just delete this one. Okay, we deleted one of we had an upcoming video, unfortunately. Hopefully that doesn't break anything. So hopefully no one gets kicked there. Guido, RSTX1, similar to the Origin. It is not. The RST is going to be much earlier and smoother than the Origin. Where are we? We are there. Dill Red, it's stronger on the back end than I expected, and I drilled it with a 3-inch pin. That's what everyone's kind of saying, that it's so much more of a reactive ball than a urethane. Everyone thought it would be more urethane-like, and it's very much just a smooth IQ, which is odd. Very odd. Braden, you ever throw the Tundra Fire? I have a Tundra Blue Fire that I have not drilled yet. I have not drilled the OG Fire, but I have a Blue Fire that I want to put holes in soon. I was going to last night, but then I had a JACKAL ONYX waiting for me at the pro shop. Thank you, Donnie, if you're still out in chat. Rian, what are your thoughts about the Pitch Black? Pitch Black is the second best urethane ball that you can buy. Purple Hammer's number 1. Pitch Black is number 2. It is really, really good, just not as good as a purple. JYZR, my release is always late. How do I make it release perfectly? I don't think your release timing is as important as you might think it is. It is okay to have late timing. It's better to have late timing than early timing, but it's okay as long as you still get your hand in a good spot. So I would work on because you're going to have to work on other physical game things to try to fix that timing a little bit more, whether it be foot speed or shoulder direction or things like that. Hayden Wall, I'm also going to toy with layouts to give it a little more time on fresh and playability on burn. Yeah, that's a good call. It's a good call. Let's see where. Oh, I just missed something. Uh-oh. Where are we? Oh no. There we are. All right. Drew, a replacement for my Black Widow Assassin. What was the Black Widow Assassin? Black Widow Assassin is a pearl ball, solid ball, shiny solid ball. Powerhouse Factory, shiny solid. Got it. I don't know what NBT solid is. Ooh, that's gonna be a weird one to replace. Pure Envy, probably. Probably Pure Envy. Tang, sending love from, Malaysia. Hey, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. I went with the Effect Tour because of your videos. Oh, appreciate that. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you really like it. Welcome, welcome. I love seeing just the global like scale of people jumping in. That's one of the coolest things to me. One of my favorite stats, like going through analytics, is just people's location and where people are from. Like most of my audience is US. We have a huge Australian group that follows, and then we have a lot of people a couple from Japan, Malaysia, things like that. It is super, super cool to see. That's really awesome. And then of course, all across the US and Canada too. Old Herc, is cover stock or core more important for hook? Cover stock. Can't tell if I want a physics blackout or a phase 2. They're both phenomenal. It just depends what you're looking for. Physics blackout is going to be a little sharper and earlier. Horst, my league starts back up Saturday. Hey, that's awesome. I love that. Kristen Brooks, start with a new blue and just got an original hazmat and love it. Nice. Another step up. You might go a hazmat solid. Otherwise, the effect will be a good one too. Matthew Seibel, I had my best scratch series last night. 505. That's awesome. Congrats. 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 I did see, sorry, I completely missed Josh Getty over there. Apologies. I completely skipped that, Josh. What's going on YouTube? How did I miss? I read it, and then I was reading the TikTok comments, and I'm like, I'll get back to that. And then I did. Also, Gabe, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it. Josh, can you bring me a chamois when you come to Pittsburgh? I'll have a couple with me, but I'll try to make sure to bring one, Josh. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will also, yeah, for all chats and streams and everything, I will be in Pittsburgh this weekend, Friday through Monday. I'll be recording a bunch of content with Maribeth Baker, who I don't think is in chat anymore, who was in TikTok chat for a hot minute. So we're gonna be doing just a lot of recording. She has the new EQUINOX, do a few challenge videos. We'll pick her brain on a few things. We'll be recording like a podcast type episode with her, maybe a couple, because neither of us really shut up ever. Just talking all things bowling. So if there's anything specific you want us to talk about, please let me know. I'll have a ton of videos leading up to it, and you'll see us go live sometime this weekend. We haven't really decided on timing for that yet. It'll be sometime we'll just do like a head-to-head match, and we'll have it live on TikTok. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go live on YouTube because I'll just have my phone for that. And TikTok is A-okay with that. Versus YouTube, you need more of a computer setup to make it go. So expect that this weekend. Should be really fun. Should be a blast. James D, I have the Black Venom, Shock, and Blue Coral. Do I need the Lethal? The Lethal, actually REX, Real Experience Ball Reviews, who's doing a Pokemon card box opening, by the way, which is super cool. I messaged Theo. He sent me his video, and he said he was going live. I don't think he ever got back to me. Oh, he did. He shared his live with me. But he has a bunch of Pokemon cards that he bought, which is super cool. He actually had the Lethal as a very different from the Black and the Blue Coral. It's both earlier and smoother than all of them. So I think it could fit. Kickstand Kurt, how do you like the ONYX? I'm drilling an XL to go with the Optimum Idol and the Attention Star. Hey, K-Profit, what's going on over on Twitch? In my limited experience with the ONYX, I really like it so far. It is super smooth, but still like consistent. I haven't had consistency with asymmetrical solids in a long time. I've had the DNA, Proton Physics, the Sherlock. I have a Extreme Envy. I've had an RSTX1. I've had a lot of those balls, and none of them really worked. Reality. The Reality was probably the closest thing to a good asym solid that I had. None of them really were great though. So this ONYX is a shape I haven't seen from an asymmetrical solid in a very long time. I see Ion Max from Lil in TikTok chat. I never actually drilled an Ion Max. I unfortunately don't get balls, a lot of bowling balls, or I don't get any. Actually, I have to buy them all that I get. So I never ended up getting an Ion Max. And overall, this ONYX gives me the most hope. I'm excited to throw it on more oil though. Very excited to throw it on more oil. T-Ghost, can someone tell me what the new trackball is? Yes, it is the Criterion Hybrid. Criterion Hybrid is the new trackball that is coming out. Bowler's Journal leaked all the balls early. So Brunswick, whoopsie. We know there's a track stealth mode, a Criterion Hybrid. We know there is what was the hyperball? Hypnotize. And there was a fourth one. What was the fourth ball? Wayne sent it to me. I don't know what the fourth was. That was at least 3 of them. There might be another one. Oh, there was like 2 more. But those ones are coming out. Cap'n, debating between the ONYX or the Lethal to complement my JACKAL, Shock, and Hyper. Which JACKAL? Which JACKAL, Cap'n? Hey, Revs, what's going on? Yay, live stream. Yay, live stream. Woo. You know, ZVL bowling live streams are my favorite day of the week, personally. Love Wednesdays because I know I get to talk bowling all night. Drew CP, Pure Envy. I was thinking ONYX. ONYX is a good choice too. Lil, have you thrown the 3D Assault? I have not thrown the 3D Assault. It is very early and smooth though. Very, very early bowling ball. Phoebe Ships, should I get a urethane? Phoebe, if you bowl on sport shots, I would recommend one. If you don't, I don't think you need one. If you only bowl house shots, you probably don't need a urethane. I'd recommend some other balls first. Old Herc, what is lane shine? How do you deal with it for solids? Yes, absolutely. This is a question we haven't answered in a while. Lane shine on a bowling ball, when we refer to that, so when you throw a ball, the surface is always changing. Every time it rolls on the lane, every time it goes through the back of the pit, every time it gets sent back to you, there's belts, there's lane, there's a bunch of stuff that's rubbing on the ball, and that actually shines it. If you have a dull object and you have a bunch of things with less grit on it and you spin it, the ball will get shiny. So if you throw a bowling ball enough, it's going to turn shiny and its surface will change. So sometimes it's okay to have lane shine where a ball will start at, say, 2000 grit. That is the actual surface grit of the bowling ball. It's a sanding term. It can actually jump up to 3000, 4000, all the way up to about 5000 is where it stops. And if you let that happen, the ball is going to hook later down lane and be sharper. The way to combat that is you have to actually sand it with sanding pads. So with a sanding pad, you need to just put a duller surface on it, like 2000 grit, for example, and then you'll bring it back to that duller surface. And you just have to consistently be doing this probably takes about 10 to 20 games for you to really notice that lane shine. See, Uncle Sal, hey, I'm in a league throwing the AI. Nice. That's awesome. What do you think of it so far? Horst, I'm bringing the road, of course. Can never leave that ball. Phase 2 and Zen 25. It's a good combo. A very, very good combo. And Waniac, Pearl, even if standard, is still a Pearl. Correct. Yes. The cover stock of the ball never changes. So if it's a solid, a hybrid, or a Pearl, it is always solid, hybrid, or Pearl, but you can change the overall grit of it to make it sanded or shiny, no matter what it is. All right, I do see Capania answered for which Jackal. So you have a Crimson Jackal, a Venom Shock, and a Hyper. The Lethal is going to be a medium smooth ball, but the ONYX will be a strong smooth. So if you're just bowling house shots, Cap'n, you're going to want to go Lethal. If you bowl more tournaments, you might want to go ONYX. Revs on the left. I have 30 bowling balls. What should I buy next? Another NV Tour. You're a lefty. NV Tour. We just said the NV Tour is the best lefty ball in the building. And I will always agree with that comment for myself. Word choice. Not great. Gutter Guy, will sanded pearl act the same as solid? Yes. So, well, no, actually, no. A sanded pearl will still be a little sharper than a dull solid. So if you have a pearl and a solid ball, let's go what's a good example? Let's go the Stealth Series. Stealth Series is fun. The Stealth Solid is a solid cover stock, but the Stealth Core, Stealth Pearl, same exact cover stock as a solid, but it's Pearl version, so there's Pearl particles in it, or Pearl additives. And the Stealth Pearl, if you sand it to the same grit as a solid, the Stealth Pearl will still hook later and be sharper. So that'll never change. So thank you. I saw who posted that. No, who posted that? Somebody said a solid is still a solid. So whoever did that, thank you. Apologies, I missed who it was. Also, LV Chris, thank you for the Dalgona candy and the Tiny Diny. Thank you so much. Welcome. Can Storm Level replace your Pitch Black for us two-handers who hate urethane? It is going to be the closest thing to urethane that Storm will make in a while. So I think it's going to be your best bet. Yes. And also, thank you so much for the gifts and the Let 'em Cook. Let 'em cook. I love that one so much. So all the TikTok gifts are wild to me. I adore them. And Don, talking about the Equinox, I will also this weekend have actual footage of the Equinox. I'll have a full preview coming on TikTok probably tomorrow, Friday actually. I'll post the Equinox video, but then I'll actually have footage of it this weekend. I will get Maribeth throwing hers, and she said there's a chance I might be able to throw it, ? Not hers. She probably, I don't know how big her hand is, but I'd assume mine doesn't fit with her. She might, and she throws Vice too. She's a Vice fan for interchangeables. I do Turbo. And Conrad, thank you for the goated gift from a goated person. Thank you, Conrad. Yeah, I will have a lot of Equinox videos coming very soon, and even more in-depth analysis of it, and actual comments from her, who is a Storm staffer, of what it is, and if she's heard other stuff about it from other staffers or from Storm themselves. Let's see, T-Ghost, I'm bowling, I missed your answer. Oh, Criterion Hybrid, and Stealth Ball, a new stealth mode. Johnny, thank you for the goat. Another goat in the chat. Look at that. We got so many goats out here. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thomas Chang, any idea how the Swag Cray Solid compares to the RG Hustles? It's going to be earlier, actually, and stronger than the Hustles. Going to be a little stronger. All right, let's jump back over here for a second. Phoebe, I'm going to junior gold that has a lot of different patterns. Then you would want a urethane. Definitely, Phoebe. You want a urethane for that. Absolutely. Urethane is needed for junior gold, especially if you have a higher rev rate. If you have a lower rev rate, probably not, but higher rev rate, yes. Horace, I'm going to dominate this league. There's one bad thing about the road. Really? You're going to say a bad thing about the road? I will say bad things about the road all the time. I don't know. I've never seen Horst in TikTok chat, Horst specifically in TikTok chat, ever say anything bad about the road, the storm, the road, in awful, awful bowling ball in general to a lot of people. It doesn't smell good. What does it smell? Storm the road. Hybrid, yeah, hybrid symmetrical, we notice. Fruit pop. It's fruit pop. What's wrong with fruit pop? Hold on. There's no way it smells bad. It's a fruit pop. Really? Fruit pop is also really fun to say. And I'm going to get like 5 of you to say fruit pop at home now, and you're going to understand. Joe Vet, low speed and rev rate, but hard getting ball to turn the corner on flooded lanes or heavier conditions. Pin down for your ONYX. Goes against my research. Ooh, I would disagree. Yes. I don't think pin down is the right play to get it to turn the... Well, it can. I don't disagree with him, but I don't fully agree with him also. I would... If your drilling angle is a little bit lower in like the 30 to 50 range, then I agree with him. Same with your val angle. If he wants to go a super big drilling angle at a super big val angle, not good. Not good. Let's see. Chris, I did see LV. Chris, you come to Vegas ever? I do for nationals, but I want to come to Vegas more. I should probably go out there for like the true amateur tournament or something like that. But I haven't ever. I should though, now that you bring it up. That is definitely a good idea. I love Vegas. I adore Las Vegas. Love it every time I'm out there, but I really should come to Vegas. You are right. When I do, I will let everybody in chat know, though. That's for sure. Let's see. Build. Best two-handed bowling ball for a house shot? That can be a lot of things. Attention Star is good. Summit Ascent is good. Scorpion Strike. Road Warrior. There's a lot of good middle-of-the-road balls for two-handers that could be good on house. Let's see. Does Lane Burn similar to Lane Shine? Gutter Guy. Hey, Gutter Guy, I know you watched J.R. Raymond's video. Hey, LV Chris, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. I bowl it all week. Love the scene here. Is it soon? Could you let me know, Chris, when the tat is? Yes, Gutter Guy. So Lane Burn, or no, who was it? No, it wasn't JR. Who posted about Lane Burn? Who was that? I just watched a video of Lane Burn. Oh, it was Ron Hickland. Ron Hickland. Oh, it starts this Sunday? Ooh, I'm not making that. Dang it. I thought it was earlier or later. Shoot. Oh, man, I wanted to go to the tat. It's fun. Oh, that's going to be so cool. I'm excited to see how it goes. But yeah, Ron Hickland is who it was who talked about Lane Burn. So does Lane Burn similar to Lane Shine? Yes, it doesn't happen very often, though. Lane Burn is very rare. Lane Shine is more common. But it does not. Lane Burn actually dulls the ball. Lane Shine shines it. But 99% of patterns, it'll be Lane Shine or lanes. Come again in August? Deal, I'm in. I'm 100% and I'll come in August. Guido, what other asymmetrical balls compared to the outer limits solid? Ooh, the Rotogrip XL is pretty close. The Evoke from Motive is fairly close. What else? Black Widow 3.0 is a little bit close. What else? I think those are probably going to be the best options. Capania, yeah, more house shot bowler, but we'll be doing more tournaments this year. We'll be in house shot tournaments. Good call. Start with that and then go from there. Revs adding to the cart, deal. James, is your game one ball on sport different from your game one ball on house? It depends. I bowl in a weird house, so I need to throw very unique balls. Lately, they've been the same. The Effect Tour has been my go-to on both sport and house. But generally, sport shot, you want to start with something super, super slow and chuggy, like an Effect Tour. I'll probably start with my ONYX a lot more now. I start with like Optimum Idle Solid. House shot, I'm a-okay with starting with like an Attention Star or a Zen 25 or things like that. So yes, they are slightly different. I see there's a tat around August or start of July. Ooh, I might have to come to that too. That'd be fun. I need to go to more bowling things because I noticed at Nationals this last year, I had a couple people that recognized me, which was kind of cool. If I do say I'm going to a bowling thing, just look for the really tall guy. I'm 6'6", 6'7", so you'll be able to see me pretty easily in the crowd. And don't be afraid to come say hi, by the way, please. Please come say hi. I should start going to some more of those. I think that'd be kind of fun. Let's see. One of a kind, 1 of 1K. Lethal Venom thoughts. Lethal Venom looks really good, especially for harder sport patterns. I think it's going to be really good for shorter patterns and then for medium patterns if you want something to be super, super smooth down lane. LV Chris by smooth, I generally mean slow or slower, or sorry, slow equals smooth down lane. So it's not going to be as sharp. It's not going to be as angular down lane. And Jude, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate it. Balrog, going to try out my phase shift. It has TX23 solid. That is going to be a bit stronger. That's going to be more like a Sublime Focus or an Optimum Idol solid than a phase 2. T-Ghost, you are welcome. Jeremy Wood, last week you gave me a ball rec for my dad. Low rev and speed, took him to the ITRC, got his stats, had them watch him throw. You were spot on, got him his first reactive. Hey, glad that worked out. Good call taking him to the ITRC. They are professionals there. It's super cool. Josh, my dad complained that his phase 2 wouldn't hook as well as it used to. I hit it with a 2000 pad and got rid of the lane shine. He threw it 3 straight strikes on his way to 215. That's sometimes all it takes. Surface is more important than a lot of other things on a bowling ball. The surface you have it at is huge. Don, fruit pop makes the pins drop. There's a rap lyric somewhere in there, I feel like. There's gotta be. Chan wanted to ask about heavy oil balls like the ONYX. I'm confused when to use them. Some people say on fresh, and I hear others say to get left and open up the lane. Fresh. You want to use them on fresh. Yes, they are not correct when they say to open up the lane. Because a super strong ball, a heavy oil ball, wants to hook early. And if there's not oil, the ball's going to still hook early, but that means it's going to have no energy down lane to go through the pins. So you're going to leave a lot of corner pins. Usually heavy oil balls like to play a little straighter on the lane too. They don't like much angle. T-Ghost, what ball would be a great complement to the phase 2? Zen 25. 100% Zen 25 is like a Pearl phase 2. A little better than the AI. Let's see. We have... what was your favorite ball of 2024 from Jackson? I had the Theorem, even though it was a December 23 release, as the best ball. Now, my personal favorite was the Scorpion Low Flare. That was by far and away my favorite 2024 ball. Next up was the Effect Tour, was number 2 on that list. Otherwise, yeah, I think that would be my top 2. Let's see. Dawn, lane burn is real. My house has 27-year-old lanes, and there is apparent burn track after a night of bowling. I hit my balls with sanding pads after 9 to 12 games. Good call. That's the easiest way to fix that is just keep resurfacing the ball every now and then. Lil MC, have a good rest of your stream. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for hopping in. And James, too, I'm heading to practice. Tonight's bag I'm bringing has the Odyssey, the Horizon, and the Nuclear Forge. Ooh, okay, some oldies. That Odyssey is so good. Trident Odyssey was a great ball. Really, really good ball. Let's see. Horst, what does the road smell like? Oh, fruit pop. Fruit pop, Horst. Let's see. Gabe 2 Trash, what's your thoughts on the Stealth Hybrid? I think the Stealth Hybrid is really, really good. It unfortunately is like in between a lot of balls. So it's like, it's not a smooth ball like a Hazmat Solid or a Game Breaker 5, but it's not super sharp like a Zen 25, or not super sharp, but sharper. So it's kind of an in-between ball. Really good for first ball of league. Really good for that. William, what's the best discontinued ball lately? I got to remember what was all discontinued. Vibo, probably Virtual Energy Blackout from Storm, actually, is going to be the best recently discontinued ball. Also, Lil MC, thank you for the follow. And Tang, thank you for the share on TikTok. Bayou Bengal, is there a good place to learn about local and regional tournaments? I'm getting back into bowling after taking 18 years off, hoping to get back into tournaments. Hope to see you at Nationals. Hey, hope to see you too. Let's see. Good place. Bowling tournaments are tough. So here in Minnesota, we have a Facebook group. I believe it's called the Minnesota Bowling Board, I remember right. The name of it. Look at it. I'll open it quick. Why do I have 30 messages on my phone? Yeesh. Minnesota Bowling Message Board is what it's called. So that's what we have, that where people promote their tournaments. Hopefully in your area there is some kind of Facebook group. Otherwise, online groups are pretty common. If you aren't sure, ask your pro shop operator. That's usually the best way. They're usually the most in tune with tournaments going on. And then once you get that, just talk to a few more people and you'll be able to learn more and more. It's very much like you have to hear about them first, but once you're in the scene, once you get into it, you're good to go. I actually have a video coming out in the next couple weeks about how to bowl your first tournament too. So stay tuned for that on YouTube. That one's kind of fun. Let's see. William for Brunswick brand. What have been some recent discontinuings from Brunswick? Track Solid, I think, is up there. Or Track Solid. Stealth Solid is a good discontinued ball. I don't really know. I'm trying to think of the other discontinued balls. I think that the Stealth series is probably my favorite one that got DC'd. LV Chris also says, I only use Facebook for bowling groups, always recommended for tournaments and leagues. Yes, that is the best way. That is what I use Facebook for too, in all honesty, is bowling. That is where bowling is most common. That is the biggest bowling presence on social media outside of like TikTok, is Facebook, is in terms of local stuff. M&A, best ball for entry level, you're going to want to look at a Hammer Raw or a Storm Tropical Surge will be your best bets. And Redneck Bowler, what's going on, man? How you doing? Zhao Rain, I have an Ion Max, a Phase 4, an M&M, a Pink Widow Urethane. The lanes on my local AMF are burnt up most all-you-can-bowl nights. The hustle overreacts. If you want something even weaker, you're going to want to go to something like a Tropical Surge. Tropical Surge Pearl is going to be your best bet from Storm. That's going to be your play. All right, we are fully caught up. Look at us go. We're caught up. We got a lot of people still hanging out. Thank you, everybody who's hanging out so far. Make sure to drop a follow if you haven't, or a subscription, and then drop a like too. It helps a ton. We're at 14,000 likes on TikTok, so double tap your screen. Helps me out a ton. Then we can push this more to even more bowlers, which is always the main goal of all of this. Always, always the main goal. Redneck, I only use Facebook myself for bowling in my state. Yep, that's in general, bowling, local bowling excels on Facebook. That is the place to put things. And that's how a lot of actually creators do really well for bowling, is on Facebook. That's where they're biggest. And I need to have stuff on Facebook soon. Absolutely. But we don't have much time left for the live stream, but we have been talking JACKAL ONYX. I just drilled one up. Rolls really, really good for me. I should tell you how I drilled it too. I haven't done that yet. I drilled it 55 by 3 3/4 by 55. And I will have a video going out on TikTok where I'm comparing that JACKAL ONYX with a JACKAL ONYX that drilled with a 2.5-inch pin. We had a dud at our pro shop that happened that we aren't going to sell. So I'm going to be drilling that to test. It's going to have a 2.5-inch pin on it, same exact everything else. We're going to look at the differences, see if there's any differences at all between the two. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. Ooh, wow. Our viewership tanked on YouTube. Whoopsie. All right, let's see. Let's keep going through some comments. I see Rozak FPS, Venom EJ differences between the lethal. The EJ is going to be sharper down lane. That's going to be the big difference. It's going to be a little later, but a little bit sharper in general. That's really going to be the only difference. I see Jen, if I have a physics blackout, if I have the physics blackout and love it so much, what other ball in the physics line would I like? The problem is there aren't any other physics line balls that are buyable unless you get them off eBay. But to pair well with that blackout, the proton physics would fit pretty well. Otherwise, an astrophysics, but they're impossible to get unless you want to spend like $400 on eBay, which isn't really worth it in my opinion. But I'm glad you like your physics blackout. That's really cool to hear. Let's see. Sofer, if you were a Tropical Surge, what would you recommend for the next ball option? I would go a ball up from that and go with something like a Road Warrior from Storm. It's going to be a little stronger, a little sharper in general. Tang, current best ball for transition when the lane starts to burn. I like the Zen 25 right now. Yeah, Zen 25 is probably the best play right now. Sorry, I just saw a note from Dawn, which I very much agree with, that we'll get into in a second. Zen 25, honestly, an Attention Star is really good in that slot too. Primal Rage from Motive is really good. All of those. Chris, I missed your whole live. Love the page. Oh, all good. We're not quitting just yet. We got about another 15 minutes. We'll hit the 2-hour mark, so we got some time yet. Don't worry. Loki, I have an Idle Cosmos, but I can't play left with it. It's not too weak. It's actually too smooth. If I get an S2 or an XL, I'd go with an S2 if you want to be able to play left with it. It's not going to be still the best stand left ball. I think an Origin would fit a little better in that slot. Gabe, what's the strongest ball out? The Radical Max Bias is still the strongest ball on the market. All right, I want to hit up Don. Actually, we'll hit up Zhao quick. I was thinking of the new blue. Would the Surge be better? The new blue will be much earlier. Hey, Maribeth, welcome back. We were talking about you, about how you're going to give us a ton of, wow, that did not work at all. Oh, there we go. A ton of Equinox footage. You're going to tell us all about that ball, what you think of it, and some other surprises come Friday. That'll be good. But I wouldn't go new blue. I would definitely go Tropical Surge. Definitely would. So Don, I wanted to hit this one quick. This is a good one for all of you guys. He said he's not a fan of the Bowling Science Forum on Facebook. Folks started off nice, then turned critical. Yes. One thing I want all of you to be aware of in the bowling community, there are a lot of very toxic communities out there in bowling. Ton of toxic communities. I don't want to call out content creators. This is not a negative towards them, but there are certain creators that just more breathe, just kind of create that negativity, something to watch out for. Hey, what's up, Hayden? So I know J.R. Raymond really has a lot of negativity in his comments and in his channel in some ways. So watch out for those. Our goal is positivity here, and I think we do a really good job at that. So a lot of other bowling groups don't do that, especially if you feed the trolling. You just kind of have to get rid of it. But yeah, Bowling Science Forum, it's people who are way too critical, who are very much couch quarterbacks. You guys don't know what a couch quarterback is? It's somebody who, when watching an NFL game, will be sitting in their recliner and be saying that a quarterback sucks because they didn't make this choice or this play. Like, it's somebody who couldn't make it on their high school football team that's saying that stuff. Like, that's really what a lot of bowlers get hypercritical of. So you have to really avoid those kinds of groups, avoid those kind of negativities. Like, one of the biggest ones I was talking to a guy about on TikTok was there's a guy on Instagram who rates your bowling form, and he's just a jerk about it. At times, like, he'll rate people really low and they're actually pretty solid form, but it just kind of feeds negativity because it creates that self-doubt, and it's not a very healthy place. So be ready for that. Dawn hits it perfectly. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the Bowling Science Forum is pretty bad with that. And he said Luke Rosdahl tried to get the BSF guys to settle down. Yeah, I remember seeing his post about it. It's bad. Mikey Pinnell, oh, you stopped month ago. Mikey Pinnell, cool. He gave me my NV tour. He seems like a cool dude. He's weird. The Pinnell family was super, super out of left field and weird. But he seems nice. It's just very hard once that negativity starts to stop it. Very, very tough to do. You really have to nip it immediately, or else it just keeps going. Justin, it's called armchair quarterback. I like couch quarterback better. No, you're right. It is armchair quarterback. You are 100% right. Yeah. But, you know, the point got across. You know, some people prefer couches, some prefer armchairs. I'm a couch guy myself. I'm not really an armchair guy. Not much you can do on an armchair. But weird way to put that, Zach. Couch quarterback is my new favorite insult. I love using it. So I'm from Minnesota. The Vikings had a really good regular season and got smoked in the playoffs. And everybody was really upset and trying to be like, oh, they should have done this, this, this. And I always love throwing out couch quarterback. I work in IT. These are guys who haven't touched a football in their life. It's very entertaining to poke at them for that. Apologies if any of them are watching right now on either platform. We have like 80 people hanging out right now combined. But you know, it's true. Like, you can say like, oh, that was stupid, but like, these are the smartest and best players in the world, so kind of hard to bash them. Very hard to. In the situation, it's tough. All right, that's my rant on negativity. Oh, in bowling. And there's a couple other people I definitely won't name of that, that are feed negativity too and are just kind of jerks that create t-shirts about other content creators. James D, was the ambush way stronger than the ONYX? No. What? Yes. Yes, the ambush is much earlier. A little bit stronger, but much earlier and much worse down lane, much smoother. So my center is selling a new ambush for 150. No, I wouldn't do that, James. The ambush wasn't really well liked by a lot of people. If you're gonna get a ball like it, I would go ONYX over the ambush. It's worth a little bit of extra money. Ryan Seekins, is there something wrong with my fit or is it something else? I'm starting to feel pain in my middle finger. Yes, it is your fit. Go get checked out with your pro shop. You should not have pain in any finger at all. Hayden, what's going on, Hayden? We said hi to you. Timmy, currently throwing a phase 2 and a Venom Shock. Any suggestions for a third ball? Yes, a Pro Ball. I would go like a Zen 25, a Primal Rage or a Hyper Venom, a Scorpion Strike, something like that. Zao, thank you so much. I've been watching lots of your old videos. Hey, thank you, Zao. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Revs on the left. I second that. Oh, yeah, we hit that one already. We hit Balrog. Couch quarterback. Go Eagles. Go Eagles. Brandon, if you're two-hander, the bowling community will hate every two-hander. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you have to ignore those guys. Unfortunately, it's that part of bowling that will never go away. It'll take 40 years for that to happen. It's kind of like in like corporate America where a lot of those old fashioned things will not die out until the like 80-year-old CEOs go away. It's the only way. And the ones under them who had the same mantra, who are just carbon copies of them, but younger, also go away. It's unfortunate. Hey, Revs, you're an IT too? Nice. Love that. All right, let's see. Let's get a couple more. I saw Maribeth was agreeing with all of that. I see Ray. Oh, we have a lot of comments to hit. Whoa, oh my, what happened? Where did, oh God. Justin Korn, love my AIs. My ball down for my exotic gem. Nice. Horace, I'm going. I might be back later. Sounds good, Horace. Good having you in here. Drift, a beginner. Is it dumb to maybe get a new ball? I would recommend a weaker ball drift, especially if you're a beginner, like a raw or a hustle or a tropical surge. Redneck, I bowl at Bolero and I bowled Mondays and Tuesdays and the house shot was way different. Agreed. I've told this story on TikTok a few times, but I bowl in, I'm a part-timer in one league on Thursdays in my bowling center, but then I'm full-time on a league before it. They play radically different. There are nights where I will throw the same ball in both leagues. The leagues are back to back. One starts at 4:30, ends at 6:30. The next one starts at 6:45, runs until like 10 because everybody bowls really slow. And I will let's throw like phase 2, for example. I'll throw my phase 2, 15 to 7. Sure, we'll go with that. I will try that in the second league and I will hit the left side of the head pin or the 2 pin in the face. It is crazy the differences. Same exact pattern, same exact lane sometimes, radically different approaches. It's crazy. Drift, I only use house shot, but addicted to curving. I would go with a weaker ball than drift and start with that. Roy, what's a good ball between the Hazmat Solid and Sneak Attack Solid? Scorpion Low Flare. It's not a solid, it's a hybrid, but it acts like a solid. Chris, opinions on ball for speed dominant and low rev. You're going to want asymmetrical balls will be your best friend. So for my husband throws a phase 5 and an AI. He needs something for when the oil starts to break down. A Road Warrior is going to be a really good play for you. Drift, thank you for the follow. Low key, the Origin looks like no joke. The Origin is good. I need to get an Origin. Maribeth, give me an Origin or give me yours. Low key, thought I need a solid ASIM. Yeah, no, but the Origin is, yeah, really good. Let's see. And W Key Connor, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate it. Let's see. Jackson Harris, Ion Max, Physics Blackout, Road Warrior, and a spare ball. I really like it. It's strong. It's a strong arsenal, but I like it a lot. Justin Korn, at least you don't have to suffer as a lifetime Cowboys fan. Oh. Brian, other than bowling, what else do you like doing? So before bowling is of course one of the bigger hobbies for me. Gaming is probably the other one I put the most time into. So I'm kind of all over the place. A lot of Nintendo games. If I want to play single player, if I want to play multi, it's more Call of Duty or a Rocket League type setting. Those are probably my biggest like other things outside of bowling. And then sports. I'm a sports nerd at heart. I played sports my whole life, baseball and basketball. So now it's volleyball, softball. Those are probably my main two. Slow pitch softball. I'm a wimp. See, Maribeth, I love ZVL so much. He's so awesome and creative, and I have him streaming from my iPad, phone, PC, PS5, Xbox One, and TV. He didn't force me to say that. I did not. I did not force her to say anything, any of those words, but yes, that is the best way to watch. You have a PS5 and an Xbox One? Jeez. A lot. Jackson, we hit. Nick, got a road. It's hooking too much for me, but I love the shape of it. I would try more polish. More polish will be the play. All right, and W Key, I'm thinking I'm getting a new ball. I currently throw a Black Widow. I would go with a shiny ball. Black Widow Mania could work pretty well. Otherwise, like a Scorpion Strike. Airbeth, can I have my family back? No. Justin P, how's the Outer Limits? Outer Limits solid. The cover stock, it's kind of weird after a while. It's fine. There's better balls. It's okay. It looks cool, but it's fine. Enoch, I was couch refereeing the Bills Chiefs game. I love that. Not even couch quarterback, couch refereeing. I'll get you one if you want, bestie. Oh my God, you are the best. You are the best, Maribeth. See, Don, my IT fellas used to play flag football after work. We also played hockey. We called ourselves the tough nerds. It's crazy. In my, so I live in a fairly small town, like 30,000-ish people. And we have a ton of sports leagues in town, right? We have softball, volleyball. We have basketball. We have a ton of those things. The IT nerds are the ones that are going 24/7. It's crazy. We have all of these. I work in insurance. So we have like underwriters, claims reps. We have marketers, things like that. They don't play sports. They're not in the leagues. It's all IT nerds, which is wild. So weird. So crazy. Michael McSmith, that $100 mystery ball of the intense mindset has already paid for itself. Oh, you won 600 in pods the first day. Okay, that's not bad. Hayden, as a firefighter, what ball should I buy? Need a reason to buy a new ball. I think as a firefighter, you deserve a new ball. And I think if you need one, let me know what else you have. And then I'll help you pick one out only because you're a firefighter and you need a new ball because of that. That is a perfect reason to buy a new one. 100% agree. Okay, let's see. We have Tang. I have an Ion Max Road Warrior and a spare ball. So I think you're missing a stronger pearl, like an Attention Star would fit really well with that, Tang. Justin Korn, I bowled league at Bolero in some tournaments, and the best was to describe the lanes as bipolar. That is fair. That is fair. Iron Man Jeep. How many balls do you estimate you currently own? 36 plus probably 15. So 50? Maybe 50 to 60. I just got rid of a couple. I need to get rid of a couple more. 50 to 60 probably. I have a lot of old ones though. Like I have all the phases 1 through 5. I've had those for years. I still have like an old web, like the original web in my closet that I don't throw. I have a couple plastic balls that I've had in the past that I didn't like, so I got rid of them. But by getting rid of them, I just threw them in my closet. I have a couple overseas balls I haven't drilled yet, so a lot of them I don't throw. I have a couple IQ. I have 3 IQs that are cracked, but I have them for like wall decoration, really. So I have a lot. I have a lot. Let's see. Sir Jones, how is the Jackal Ghost? Really, really good. Jackal Ghost is one of the best ASIMs ever made. Let's see. Loki, is Origin even good for fresh leagues? Yes, it is actually really good for, it is a shiny ball that looks amazing on fresh, which is weird. That's not very common, but it is really good for that. Let's see. Shaquille Oatmeal, the greatest name on the internet. I'm so excited for the chamois. In 1 to 2 days, we will have the chamois on the DH Lab website. They will be live. If you guys didn't know, we are going to have ZVL Bowling chamois. It is a purple and pink. If the color isn't coming through the best, apologies. Always have to do some color correction because of the lighting I have in here. It is a bright purple and a bright pink with the ZVL Bowling logo. They're going to be $20 on the DH Lab website, $4 for shipping. So about 24, 25 bucks is what they're going to end up being. I did not, let's see. I know I just checked like an hour ago, but I'll check one more time. We do not have a new message from DH Lab. They told me just a couple hours ago that I will have, that the chamois will be on the website within the next few days. I will have videos on every platform when they go live. We will only have 50 though. when they get released. So 50 chamois only. I'd love if you guys could go help sell those out, and then we'll have a new batch coming in super quickly. Brooke, thoughts on the US Open so far? Woof. It's brutal. It is fun to watch, but so painfully hard. The building is difficult. The patterns are difficult. Andrew Anderson is whacking them right now. Chris Vi is smoking them too right now. So it's really cool to see all the really, really good bowlers who are consistent just dominating all the hard patterns. Tomorrow's going to be fun. It's 52 feet. That is arguably the longest oil pattern you'll ever see on a lane, because no one will go further than that. I don't think even a lane machine probably won't let you half the time. So I'm excited to see that. Let's see. Brian, we need a full ball tour. I can do that at some point. I need to. I really should. The lighting in here sucks, but I do need to give you a full ball tour at some point. Next time I'm cleaning up some of the old ones, I'll do that. Wait, Maribeth, why are you showing a broken heart? What happened? What'd I do? I didn't do anything, I promise. Dawn, the lethal venom is red and yellow. It looks like a fireball. It really does. It looks really cool. I like the colors. I don't remember what it reminds me of. I think there was an old Supra that was that color, a Forza. I don't remember which. Wait, why are you pointing up? Maribeth, I completely missed what you're talking about. I don't know what. Use your words, Maribeth. What are you mad about? Let's see. Hayden, IQ Tour, Evoke, Beyond Infinity, Black Hammer, Urethane is what I got. Okay, so you have a lot yet. Looking to replace the IQ Tour because I want to get away from SPI. Venom Shock is a good option. Otherwise, Scorpion Low Flare would be good replacements in my opinion. So it depends if you want to go Motive or Hammer. Motive, go Venom Shock or Black Hammer. Or not Black Hammer, or Black Venom. There we go. If you want to go Hammer side, go Scorpion Low Flare. Don, 50 to 60 bowling balls. Maybe do a ranking episode like you did for Revs. I really should. I should. I did for myself, actually, a couple weeks ago, but I've gotten a lot of new balls since then, so I really should. Maribeth, probably I'd go Storm or go Storm. Like, yeah, Maribeth would love you to go Storm for that. Revs, I just emailed you some links to some shots. Let me know if you can view them. Yeah, will do. I should be able to. Let me just, I think I can check quick here. Some bowling shots. What is it on Google Drive? I am able to view it. We're good. I won't check it out right now, Revs, but I can see them. Hayden, we hit Jaybird. What's going on, Jaybird? Revs, what's with the day 4 shot? The day 4 shot looks wonky and super difficult. But it's not as hard as it looks. The play is playing deeper with a smoother ball, and you're good to go. It's going to be pretty okay. I bet the scoring pace will be pretty high for it. Maybe not as high as day 1, but it'll still be higher. So expect that. The problem is not many oil machines in the nation can do it. You need an Atlas. Not many places have a Kegel Atlas. So be aware of that. Or is it Brunswick Atlas? It might be Brunswick's machine. I don't remember. Let's Kegel Atlas. Nope, it's Kegel. Yeah, it's a smart lane machine. It does everything for itself. It is it makes you dinner. It does your laundry for you. It's a really cool oiling machine for like $50,000. Actually, Don, how much is a Kegel Atlas? I'm very curious. I don't really know. I know they're very expensive, but the pattern looks wonky. Should be entertaining though. Should be really entertaining. I haven't seen practice on it yet. I saw practice for day 2, day 3, and day 1. 59,000. If you want to buy a new car, but you're like, nah, I'm good. I want an oil machine. Get the Kegel Atlas. If you think I need to replace my 2007 Hyundai Sonata, but you don't want a car, Kegel Atlas. Can it drive you places? No. But it can oil a lane for you. It could rent out your services. That's called not really passive income, more active income, because you have to be the one to bring it places, but it could be an option for you. All right, Guido, Power Edge polish better than Storm's previous polish? 100%. Yes. The Walker can. True, the Walker can do that. The Walker is a little cheaper. Tigos, would the phase 2 be a good complement to the UFO alert? Yes, it would. It'll be a little earlier, but yes. Jace, Super Enzo. I had that one. Super Enzo. Yes, you're right. It was the Enzo. That does look really similar. Good call, Jace. Thank you. Don, Maribeth said to you she wants her family back. No, I already said no, Don. Poor her. She'll be fine. Jaybird, they'll be fine. Until I get that origin, then we'll talk. For the record, TikTok and YouTube, I am kidding in case I get demonetized or anything. Jaybird, how often would you detox a spare ball? Never. Plastic balls do not absorb oil, so as long as you're wiping off the oil from them with a chamois or a towel, you'll be good. Urethanes and plastic, you do not have to detox. James D, has anyone in your shop accidentally drilled up a ball for a lefty? I have yes, 100%. I have done that before. Absolutely. Luckily, lefty and righty, you can drill pretty similarly if they're a symmetrical ball. Like, it won't affect that much if you drill it lefty or righty because the CG doesn't matter. The thumb oval, though, does matter. Where I have done that once where, like, your oval for if you have your left hand in the ball versus right hand is different, that can cause issues. But yes, that does happen. The Eater, what's going on? Enoch, days 4 pattern looks like they really didn't want you to use urethane. I think that was Nick Hoagland saying, please, guys, just don't throw urethane on this. What more can I do to not make you not throw urethane on this? Let's see. The Eater, what does? I don't know what comment that was for, Eater. Guido, how do you store all of your bowling balls? I built racks for my collection. So I actually have some wooden racks. Yeah. They're custom made wooden racks. So they fit 12 balls each, 3 balls on a top row, middle, and yeah, four rows, 3 balls on each row. There we go. That is how I do it. But make sure they're on plastic. Don't put them on wood. That's not good. That'll absorb oil and then your ball might crack. Let's see. If I had my polyester ball for 15 years, never detox. Yep, you never need to detox a ball, plastic ball. All right, let's catch up on some TikTok quick. Oh boy, so many comments. What time do I usually go live, Loki? 6 o'clock Central Time. 6 o'clock Central Time on Wednesdays. One I saw recently too is Ryan Barnes, but he is a two-hander. Yep. Venom EJ won't hook. Depends when you're using it as Waldo. So if you're using it on fresh oil, it should hook a little bit, but it'll be smoother. So be ready for that. You might just not be using it on the right conditions. Jackson, thoughts on the Ion Pro? Very weak. Weaker than you thought, but still a good ball. 716, I bowl league with Desiree, who just shot 900. I saw that. He just shot 850 with a Black Venom. So we had Obsession Tour for the 900. He had Black Venom for 850. And I saw he shot like 790 the week prior is what somebody was saying on Facebook. That dude is on an absolute heater. Absolute heater. Brooke, longest I bowled is 52 in junior gold. It is. That's a lot of oil. A lot of oil. Jay Whaley, why did a lot of people not like the road? I just got it and shot 800. I mean, I'm glad you do. The problem was it was a little bit mismarketed. It was supposed to really be the high road replacement, and it was just way too smooth to be a high road replacement. So it didn't really work very well for what it was meant for. So it was meant to do one thing, but it really didn't do it. Thornley, I'd like a tier list for house shots for each brand's available arsenal. D-Tang did one for SPI. I have to watch that video yet. I have to see how he did it. Tier list for house shots. That's a good call. I might have to do that. I have a few ideas for that. Thank you, Thornley. That's a good idea. I might be able to try that. Shaquille Oatmeal. If you sit on it, will it drive you up and down the lane? I mean, one way to find out, for $60,000, you can test that theory. Gabe Too Trash. What's the difference between lane being oiled forward and backward? So, yeah, I saw you had that, and then I saw someone, John, over on YouTube said, what's the difference between fire and ice? I'm going to be honest with you guys. That is the part of bowling that I know the least about is lane conditioner and lane oils and forward versus backwards oil. I am not as adept on that, and that's something I need to learn more about. So I actually cannot answer those questions, but I will make videos in the future once I have educated myself, ask a lot of people, and learn more about it. So that I will be able to answer that sometime soon. Thornley, thoughts on the Storm Equinox? Equinox is strong, super strong. So it is overall stronger than an Attention Star, weaker than an Origin, but it is still fairly clean, a little bit sharp down lane, a little smoother than some other pearls though. So it is really a house shot ball, which is pretty cool. Overall, it looks pretty okay so far. Still a lot of people haven't thrown it, so more to come. It's been a lot of staffers so far. So once we get it out in the wild more, we'll be able to answer how good it actually is. Brian T, could you explain the difference between forward, reverse, and combined? So combined is going to be the heaviest of the oil. Forward and reverse, I can't answer as well. Apologies. Jay Whaley, why did a lot of people not like the road we hit? Maribeth, he lives in the past, guys. To us normal people, it's 7. I do live in the past. Hey, Kai, what's going on? SAI, I just bought the Optimum Idol Pearl. What do you think? I really like the Optimum Pearl. It is just a slightly stronger version of the Zen 25, and it is a very good, strong, shiny ball. It is a very, very good ball. You just have to get over the Pepto-Bismol color. I like the colorway. A lot of people don't like that color much on a bowling ball. Let's see. I see Rev saying, can I put Power Edge on my Mania? Or will reality explode? You know, it might explode, but that's a risk we're willing to take. So you take the risk for us, see what happens, and we'll go from there. Oh, there we go, Don. How much oils hold up or get pushed down a lane? Fire and ice. Okay, but like the difference between the, oh, there's Maribeth. On fire, your ball starts getting a little toasty. On ice, it slides. It's crazy. There was 0 sass on that answer. Ice is also very tough to bowl on for Brooke. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I know ice is a little slicker. Yeah, viscosity from Dawn. Yeah, viscosity is the big one because wasn't it terrain was super thick and that was like the anti-urethane oil, not anti-urethane, but they wanted you to use stronger balls, but it was so like just thick that it was tough to bowl on, and then they kind of got rid of it after some time, right? And fire and ice are still kind of the big ones. Not positive though. That's just not a very good area for me. Let's see. Brooke, my house and sport average are both 180. Hey, that's kind of a good thing. I mean, that's actually pretty solid because that means your house shot average can always go up, which is great. Let's see. Loki, is hybrid or solid better for house shot? It kind of depends. It depends on the situation, depends on the house shot. Both dull and shiny will look good on house shots at different points. And even on the same house shot, it might look well. It might look good. Whaley, I'm using the road as a benchmark, but I used it all 3 games. Good. Hey, that's awesome. That's a ball that just matches up really well for your game. So that's good. Thornley, Tang made an S through F tier and he explained where and why each ball fit for house shots. Hey, he actually used an F tier. I like that. I know last time he did a tier list, he did like I think he had like niche as the bottom option, which just meant he didn't like the ball or that he never threw it. So kind of funny how he did it because you always have to be a little careful with how you word those things. Me, not as much. Me, not as much. Brooke, ice is, yeah, we hit that. We hit that. Brooke, ice is also very tough to bowl on. Let's see. SAI, thank you for the optimum opinion. Absolutely. Brian, any favorite overseas ball? Favorite I've thrown is the Rubicon Extreme, but I've only thrown 2 overseas balls ever. Rubicon Extreme is my favorite right now. Kai, I'm going to bowl the MN Open Championships. Nice. So where is it this year? MN State Bowling. Let me check out the USBC page. Where is it this year? Let's see. We are in. Nope, it's not in Mermaid this year. Thank goodness. Does it tell us here? Oh, it is Mermaid. Great. You're going to expect as a lefty, it's going to be a little bit harder, but nothing too crazy. If you're thinking of the same number, Maribeth, pick a number 1 to 10. If you're thinking of the same number, I'll send an origin. John, please pick the right number. He needs an origin really bad. He has a 1 in 10 chance. Yeah, it's in Mermaid, Don. It's at Mermaid. 7. I'm going with Don because it changed. Him saying 7 changed your opinion, so it's going to be 7. Deal. And he is right. I do need an origin. He watches me bowl a lot. Infinity is used in most places. What is Infinity compared to fire and ice? Yeah, so Kai, so the Minnesota Open Championships for every non-Minnesota bowler is our state tournament. They usually put out a slightly more difficult house shot, but it's more of a challenge pattern. It usually isn't too difficult, but scores are always really high. So like to win singles, you have to shoot 800 usually. I think when I won it, I shot 796, which was the lowest of the couple years around it. I think there was like the year before was 815. The year after me was like 820, and then mine was 796. So scores are usually pretty high. It's slightly tougher pattern, but you can always play the gutter. So for you as a lefty, Kai, you can play pretty far left and be good. Let's see. Where are we at? Eloom, what's the strongest ball of all time? Oh, Extreme Envy is up there. I think the Max Bias might be a little stronger, though. But one of those two. Let's see. Jaybird. I just followed you on TikTok. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hayden, is the lethal benchmark supposed to be a benchmark? Kind of. Yes, it's going to fit in that medium and smooth range. So would be good for that. Surfboard Shack. Optimal idle pearl is very forward for me, even with all types of surface changes. Lots of flat 10s. Oh, high friction, though. It is a very strong pearl, and that's the one negative about it. It likes to play a little straighter for being a pearl ball, which is unique. Sometimes bad, sometimes good. Enoch, did you end up seeing Mikey Tang's Equinox? I did, Enoch. He did well on that video. He did well. Making fun of Storm's 7 Ways videos. I love it. Guido, what would be the best grit to sand my gold label, then finish it with Power Edge? I would go 1500. 1500 is my personal favorite. All right, let's see. I'll give you one more chance, Zach, to not pick 7. 1 in 9 chance. 2. And I picked that because of Don, so it's his fault. Whaley, I ordered Equinox for ASIM Pearl above my road. Did I make a mistake? No, I think you made a good choice, Whaley. I think that one will be really good too. Kai, I hate mermaids, so I'm gonna wish for the best. Hey, it plays differently when they don't have that house shot out, so it will play a little different. See, Jake Weininger. What would be a good ball down when the attention star starts going Brooklyn? Have a Venom Shock and an AI at 2000. You're gonna want probably something a lot lower. You're gonna want, it was 3? What? I bet it was 2. I bet deep down it was actually 2. So I would go, you might want to go something like a Road Warrior if that AI is also still too much. Road Warrior, you might have to go down to like an IQ Ruby would work too. That would be also good. But thank you, Maribeth. You don't have to send me an origin. You do not have to do that at all. All right, we are actually fully caught up. Wow, we are fully caught up on comments. Look at us go. Look at us go. Let's see, Kai, Arsenal for it. Pure Envy, Avibo, Phase 2. Oh, I missed your... Philip, I'll get to your comment in a second. I missed that one. My bad. Road Warrior, Ion Pro, Hustle Eminem. So, Pure Envy, Vibo, P2, Road Warrior. I like that. I think that'll be good, Kai. And Philip, Ion Pro, Phase AI, Attention Star, High Road, Blue Tundra, or Tundra Blue Fire. What am I missing? Your suggestion would be appreciated. Doesn't have to be Storm. Looking at your arsenal, you have a lot of really weak bowling balls. You don't really have a solid ball though. So I would recommend like a Phase 2, a Game Breaker 5, even a Lethal Venom. The new Lethal Venom could be good. Something like that might be the play. I think those would be best for you, Philip. And it's a little bit of everything. Revs on the left, I'll take it. Absolutely. And Jaybird, comparing the Pure Envy and the Criterion, which will roll best for a no-thumb bowler? So the Pure Envy is going to be a little bit later, a little bit sharper than the Criterion. So I think that'll fit a little better as a no-thumb bowler. Let's see. Kai, we hit Maribeth. Are you coming down to Pittsburgh? I'm such a huge fan. Yeah, actually Friday. Crazy. Crazy. I'll be at bowling alley that I forgot the name of. I don't remember the name of that place. I should know that. I'm like staying right next to it. Don't remember what the name is though, but I will be in Pittsburgh. Gabe, who's your breakout player of the year? Ryan Barnes. After seeing Delaware, I am 100% Team Barnesy. I am rowing that boat. I am 100% all in for, Mount Lebo. Okay, Mount Lebanon. Yeah, Mount Lebanon Lanes. It's going to be there. I am 100%, yeah, breakout player of the year. He's going to win rookie of the year. I mean, Cam is going to be good, but there's going to be too many patterns that the lefties get shut out on. So I'm fully drinking the Kool-Aid on Team Ryan Barnes. That kid's good. He also has a really good YouTube channel. He has a full-time editor apparently, which is pretty sweet. I don't know how he got the money for that, but he did. He did somehow. I'm guessing the parents are chipping in a little bit. Let's see. Chris, what is the difference between the Rage and the new Primal? So the Rage 5LE or the limited edition, I think they're identical. The new Primal Rage has a little different cover stock, so it's a little sharper. Let's see. Gabe, player of the year. After 2 single events, I'm rooting for Andrew Anderson being top 3. I'm still assuming EJ's going to be able to hold his crown, but I think Andrew's going to put up a good fight. It's going to really depend on this weekend, though. Let's see. Kickstand Kurt, if someone was to like the Sub-Zero Forge, would they like the ONYX? Yes. It's going to be a little too close, though. Just a little bit too close to the Sub-Zero, but I think it would still look really good for you. Just depends if you want something earlier and a little sharper than the Sub-Zero. Philip, thank you. You are very welcome, Philip. Anytime. I am getting fried with comments, with messages right now. Iron Man, do you think a sanded low end ball, say a hustle rip, would roll similar to what the level is? Not really, because the cover stock strength of the level is just so high compared to like a hustle rip. It'll be close-ish, but not exactly there. Not exactly. Jaybird, do you have any tips for my son? He's 7 and he's bowling his first tournament. Hey, congratulations to your son. That is awesome. Best thing for especially you to do as a parent is just keep him relaxed. Nice and calm, just like any other day of bowling, just like a practice session, things like that. Because your first tournament, you get a ton of nerves. I still get nerves half the time when I bowl, but you get a ton of nerves on your first one, especially if you're so young, unless he's too young to feel nervous, which would be great. But I would just keep him calm, keep him nervous, just keep it acting like a practice session. He'll be good to go. Let's see. We are at Brian. Who's your favorite player and replacements from Misfit? Right now, I think it's got to be Anderson. Andrew Anderson and Prather are one of my favorite 1-2 combos. Always rooting for those guys. I don't know why, but they seem like good dudes overall, and I always will lean towards like the nicer dudes on tour compared to the jerks. There's a handful of jerks. There's a handful of jerks. I gotta look up what the Deviate Misfit was again. I don't remember that thing. The orange one. That is not the color I thought it was. I thought it was a yellow one. It is a 251040 class 1 reactive shiny cover stock. Is it solid? Doesn't say if it's solid. It has polish. I'm gonna assume it's a pearl. It's polished. Let's go with, what would be a good one? Honestly, Troublemaker Solid will be pretty close. I think that would be a good one. I see Eloom. When did you stop growing? I recall you say you're 6'7". Yeah, I was 6'5" in high school. I gained most of that between junior and middle of my junior year of high school and senior year of high school. I grew probably too much in general. And then in college, I actually grew like another 1.5 inches. So like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So I didn't stop till I was like 22. I think 22 is when I noticed and that's where I've really like leveled out, which is good because I'm sick of buying new clothes and I'm sick of pants being too short. Great problem to have. Great problem to have. Always being able to see above everybody too. Kai, also sad I can't put out US Open 4. Yeah, unfortunately you can't because it's you need an Atlas, and like Donnie said, 60K for that bad boy. RC Tigers, I currently have a DNA Coil, Optimum Idol, and Exponent, and you want a new ball. What would work well? DNA Coil, Optimum, and Expo. You're going to probably want another. That's actually a really good arsenal for 3 balls. I would go with one more shiny ball to go below the Coil, like a Zen 25 or a Road Warrior. Let's see. We have Johnny. I bowled a 171, 182, 153. I used my knockout or my knock. I'm guessing knockout, IQ Ruby, then switched to my defender. I wanted to ask. Oh, the rest of your comment got cut off, Johnny. ZVL, you're 6'7", you're 1 foot taller than me. I'm in the wrong sport, man. I know. All right, where are we at? RC, we hit. Chris, my son carries Purple Hammer, Effect Tour, Ivory Rhino, Mesmerize. I like that. Super strong and super weak. You might need some more in between, like smoother balls, like a Scorpion Low Flare, because it looks like he likes Brunswick stuff a little more. Gabe, I like KP because of his range. Absolutely, absolutely. And Johnny, love Prather, great player. Maribeth, I stopped growing in 5th grade. Nice. Congratulations. Proud of you. Build. How snug should the middle and ring fingers be? I don't get how people carry their ball with 2 fingers. So you want the grips to go up to that second knuckle and possibly just a little bit past it, but you don't want to go further. You don't want to be able to push it much further than that. So you need it to at least go to that knuckle, or else you could put too much pressure on the tip of your finger, and then you cause blood blisters and other gross problems. And Chris, you are welcome. Kelvin, 42 feet, 29 mils. What 5 balls should I bring? You have an Ion Max. You have a Sub-Zero, an Optimum Idol, a GB5, Effect Tour, Attention Star, Rhino Pro, and Rattler Big Bite. Ion Max, Sub-Zero Forge, Idol, GB5. You have a lot of solid stuff. I would go Ion Max, Effect Tour, Attention Star, Big Bite, and either an Optimum or Sub-Zero, really up to you. That'd be my rec. Enoch, Prather saying, hug me, brother, at the end of last year's. That was awesome. They didn't put enough emphasis on that hug me, brother. It was fantastic. It was so perfect. For anyone who doesn't know, watch Drake and Josh, or didn't watch Drake and Josh in the 2000s, go watch Drake and Josh. Such a great show before Drake Bell went cuckoo for a while. Don, I'm 50 years old, still waiting for that growth spurt. Hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen one day. I promise you. That 55-year-old growth spurt is so common. Happens all the time. All the time. Let's see. I ain't calling you a truther. Oh, I can quote Drake and Josh for days. Absolutely days. I always wanted a game sphere too. It's spherical. Let's see. Kai, your US Open favorites. It's kind of hard because it's like half over. I could see Simo's just sneakily doing really well, so I could see Simo taking over. Nathan, it's so funny how she stopped growing in 5th grade. Nathan, how much taller are you? Are you taller? I don't even know. Drake, where's the door? What do you mean? Oh, the what was that? Treehouse. That's what they're called. Oh, words are hard. You're so Josh vibes from Drake and Josh. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. He's only 4'11". That fits. I can see that. Johnny, should I have switched to the Attention Star? Oh, that's what you're saying. I used my knockout IQ Ruby or my IQ Ruby, then switched to my Defender. I think so. I think the IQ Ruby would have been a little bit better to move there. And let's see, Chad Joe Puck. Great name. I'm curious to know if you have heard of anyone having the Black Widow 3.0 dying after about 40 games. If you don't resurface it, I have seen that ball absorb oil a little quicker than others, which is unfortunate. But I would recommend trying a resurface first and then do a revival. So a detox of it. Then you should be good. Let's see. Oh, sweet. Let's see. Yes, Don, if you're watching, I do have extra chamois. I don't see you in chat anymore, but he just sent me a text. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Jay Whaley is Attention Star best ace in Pearl out. Yes, it is. It's a little cleaner and weaker than you expect, but it is the best yet. Roy, what's your take on the level? The level is a perfect smooth IQ tour. It is not really a urethane reaction, and that's what no one's really using it for. It's more of a smooth IQ. Maribeth, he's 4'11". Have you seen Sleeping Beauty with the 7 dwarves? He's shorter than them. Oh, man. Yeah, but at least he has like 6 other friends like that. I mean, it's a win in some ways, has Sleeping Beauty. So, like, he's got a great life then. He sings great songs. Hi ho, hi ho. Off to, I haven't seen that in so long. I don't know what the full song is. Chris, we got one of the mystery balls from the Bowlers Mart for mid performance. What's my prediction? Mid performance? They mainly give out Brunswick balls. If you guys haven't noticed, Bowlers Mart does a ton of Brunswick balls in there. Also, Chicken Foot, thank you for the follow on TikTok. I am going to go the real time. The Ebonite real time is what you're going to find. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. Build, how snug should inserts be? We hit that one. Justin, little bit of a squad today. Saw some struggle bus scores from Belmo, Vi, Packy through game 3. Okay. I didn't see the final scores. I thought someone said Vi was doing good. I didn't see Belmo at all. Packy, the left looks rough unless your name is, who did well? Someone fried. I know Kevin Williams sucked yesterday. It looked hard, really hard for him. Build. Ah, dang, I didn't hear your answer either. It should go up to the insert should go up to your first knuckle, and it can go a little bit past it, but not much further. They should be snug, not tight. So you don't want it less than that, because if it hits that middle of that tip of your finger, it's going to cause a lot of pain and problems. Let's see. We have Don, though. My Black Widow is just getting broken in after 70 plus games, but like Don said, he resurfaces his stuff a lot too. Enoch, KP, and AA do genuinely give Drake and Josh. They do. Don 246 with it last week. Nice. Enoch, SpongeBob, and Drake and Josh are my most quoted shows. Oh, absolutely. SpongeBob all the time. I hate that I make a lot of SpongeBob references, and like people at work don't get it because there's so many generational gaps. Like the guys I sit next to are 42 and 47, I believe, or 46. So they have no idea about anything SpongeBob related. It sucks. So sad. Let's see. Jake doing a mystery ball that comes in Friday from Bowling World. Hoping for the Widow Mania. Good luck. I don't know if they'd give a brand new ball like that, but Bowling World, I haven't seen them much. Johnny, I tried the Ruby, but I was leaving 10s. That can happen with that Ruby, so probably not the best time to use it then. The IQ will really tell you if you shouldn't be using it. So if you're leaving a lot of corner pins, that's a good time to be like, nah, I shouldn't use them. Kai is a 52-foot pattern, similar to the 49 one from years back, kind of. The 52-footer, you can play the gutter, but it's not recommended. You probably need to play straight and just fade the pocket, basically. Loki, what you're saying is the attention star is better than the effect. Yes, I am. I will go on record, and I actually have a video saying that specifically, that the effect is worse than the attention star. I will die on that hill. Johnny, so I switched to my defender and started getting the 10s out. Yeah, it's a little stronger, a little bit smoother. Enoch, Vi is still top 8. Oh, okay, cool, good. Well, Vi did so well yesterday. So well. Maribeth, you're so dipper core. I don't know Gravity Falls. I'm very sorry. I do not know Gravity Falls at all. Adventure Time, Rick and Morty. I never got into those at all. Enoch, top 8 seems like people that are really good at repeating shots, which makes sense. Yep. That's the US Open for you. That's why Frankie Lavoie does so well. And Don, do you know how Spencer Robarge is doing? 200, yeah. He looks like he took on troops. Robarge is a character. 2025 bowling US Open. Let's check it out. We're here. We're together. Let's check out the scores. Let's see. Bowlers tournaments. Not the Open Championship. We need the US Open. We have results. Do we have the qualifying round 2 results? Do a take on Robarge. Oh, he's in 21st. He's doing pretty well. Plus 185. He's still bowling right now. He's gone 204, 215. He's been plus 30 after 6 games tonight. So he's actually bowling right now. Is he the high lefty? We have all righties through the first 6. Michael Martell frying it with plus 258. Matt Russo in 9th. Graham Fawn 11th. The GOAT. Stu Williams killing it. Nice. Love that. Belmo plus 19 today, which is totally fair, but the block isn't over. Butters is 16th. We have, Robarge at 21st. We have Dick Allen actually making a run at 157 over. Wow. John Janowitz is not doing well today. That's unfortunate. Otherwise, not many lefties. It's a pretty good amount of lefties, though. Pretty even amount. So he's doing okay. 21st, so he's going to make cut tomorrow. And rows are in. That's bowling in general for you. True. Johnny A, I had to get in 4th and 5th arrow. Yeah, that's the tough part. Then the defender doesn't really want to turn the corner very well. Low-key, I guess Storm is better than Brunswick. Brunswick actually fried out. Like, they dominated last week's Battle of the Brands. Storm, Roto, and 900 Global did not do that well. 900 Global did because Ryan and Andrew both made match play, but Storm did not do well. I think they were in last place, or Roto was last. So I'll be curious to see when we have non-urethane patterns, what happens and who does better. Whaley, my teammate uses a Widow Mania in League and needs a ball down. He has a Primal Rage and it's too strong. You might have to go down to like a Road Warrior. I'd have to go down to a Road Warrior and be good. Oh, and what's a hybrid not good? When's a hybrid not good to use? So hybrids really fit either as a solid ball or as a dull ball or a shiny ball. So it really depends what kind of hybrid it is. Like I'm trying to think of, are you available bowl tomorrow? I'm not. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. The Origin is more of a shiny ball. So that acts more like a pearl ball, whereas the Pure Envy from Hammer is more of a solid ball than a pearl ball. So it really depends. So like the Origin as a shiny ball, it's not going to be good early, but it's going to be good later. And like the Pure Envy as a dull ball is going to be good early, but not as good later. Read Absolute Power, Axiom Pearl, and Reality Check. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I think you should... Ooh. Either a pearl ball stronger than the Axiom Pearl or weaker. So you could go with like an Equinox from Storm could be really good. Otherwise, a Road Warrior would be a ball down. I see Panda having my first tournament this Saturday. I'm pretty excited. Nice. Love that. Bringing my vibe and strike. Ooh, good. Good luck. Good luck. My first tournament, I brought 2 balls. I brought a DV8 Thug. And then I brought a plastic ball. So don't worry. That's very normal. That was my first tournament. I made the cut it was a junior tournament. It was a junior tournament in Minnesota. One of the bigger like series. I don't know how I made cut. Not a clue, but I did. You're so Sheldon core. Why? Don, I predict Butters may make the show again. I think Butters will. He's been bowling well. He seems to have figured a few things out this year, which is good. Johnny, if I have to get that deep, what should I do? You're going to want stronger pearl balls if you're that deep. So you're going to need like the IQ Ruby might be a little too weak, but you're still going to want pearl balls to be able to turn the corner. Let's see. We have Loki. What's similar is Pure Envy, but from Storm. Ooh, Physics Blackout is going to be the closest. Physics Blackout will be your best bet. Otherwise, a Rotogrip XL will be close to. And then we have, I see Whaley. Ion Max, Equinox, the Road, a High Road, a Level, and a Spare Ball. Do I have it covered? Yeah, I like it a lot, Whaley. It looks good. Reed, when should I throw the Absolute Power, Axiom Pearl, and Reality Check? So I would throw the Reality Check first or the Absolute Power, see how those roll, and then switch to the Axiom Pearl later. Maribeth, you want that Physics Blackout, not the XL? You don't like the XL, Maribeth? I think that ball's really good. 5 to Panda. My cousin is one of my partners. Yeah, hopefully you guys do well. I'm excited. No? Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, fine. Yeah, then the Physics Blackout fits really well there. So either or. All right, it is about, whoa, I've gone for 2.5 hours. All right. I am going to have to end the live stream. I have to do a bunch of packing yet and some preparation for the next couple of days. Because like I mentioned, I'll be going down to Pittsburgh on Friday morning, actually. So I have very little time to actually get ready, which I'm now realizing, well, that's going to be shocking. But I will be in Pittsburgh. I will have a ton of videos coming out. We're going to be live this weekend. We don't know what day or what time. Maribeth, throw a time out there if you have one planned out already. We will be live, either doing matches, answering questions, things like that. So expect that coming this weekend. 6 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Not Monday. I'll be in a plane at that point. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. One of the days, maybe multiple days. All the days? All the days. We might be live a lot. We're going to be live on TikTok. We won't be live on YouTube. So YouTube, everybody, make sure you go follow us on TikTok. We'll try to be live over there. Does that say chair? Oh, haha. So we will be live either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or multiple, and we'll have a ton to talk about. We're going to have a ton of content coming this weekend. Really excited. Make sure to follow on all platforms. We'll be kicking it off. Should be a ton of fun. My TikTok almost broke there. Perfect. We're good. TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow. Have a great rest of your night. I will see you in a couple of days. See you later. All right. And TikTok is gone. It's just us, YouTube and Twitch. YouTube and Twitch, thank you all so much for watching. If you don't follow us on both platforms, I'd really appreciate it. Twitch, we're trying to get to 50 followers so that we can become affiliated, which means that we can actually have more stuff given to us. So Twitch, that's like your barrier of entry. It's like 50 followers, average of 3 viewers, and a couple other things. So if we can get there, the channel opens up a lot more, and then we're good to go on some things. So I really appreciate if you can check us out over there. Otherwise, YouTube would be great too. And then finally, we will have ZVL chamois coming out in the next day or two. Stay tuned on the YouTube community tab. I will have an update the second that they go live. I will try to post a YouTube short when they go live. I will have a TikTok when they go live. I'll have an Instagram post, and I'll probably promote it a little bit on some YouTube videos. But content for this week, Thursday, we have our first viewer arsenal series. The long video, so bear with me on it. It's about an hour long. We just go through people's arsenals. We talk about all their bowling balls. You can learn a lot about a lot of bowling balls if you want to watch it. Otherwise, Friday, we'll probably have a video coming out too. Otherwise, we will be back next weekend. Or sorry, next week on Wednesday on YouTube. Twitch and YouTube will be back next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Thank you all for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.